Yes.
Yes. Back
Wait,
in the building.
I said 50, but we close to 50, right?
We close to 50.
What episode is this?
This will be 40, 45.
Damn, I thought it was
45.
48 or something. I missed. I was out last week.
Yeah, you was out last week. Last week was a good episode, man.
First and foremost, shout out to the lovely and talented Tamala Jones, girl.
Yes.
You know I love you. Every time I see her in Hollywood, anywhere, she always show me so much love. She's like always such a great spirit.
Yes.
And I'm absolutely upset that I missed that episode. And I saw somebody posted, and I don't really care about comments. You know, I don't care about comments on social media, but only because it was our show and our platform.
Yeah.
And I saw some guy posted like, oh man, I met her a couple of times. She was super mean. I don't know if he said mean, but she was like, wasn't pleasant. It wasn't a pleasant experience. I met her a few times. It's like, bruh, I get it.
Yeah.
You are entirely entitled to your opinion.
Right.
Entirely entitled to your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't got to post it.
Yeah, you ain't got to post that.
I met her a few times. It wasn't what I thought it was. All right, keep it moving, bro.
And I think I saw that.
Were you trying to engage? Is that what you were trying to do? You were trying to engage us with that?
Yeah, he wasn't even giving the full context.
She was eating and I ran up on her to get a picture. Well, then she might be a little rude in that instance.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, people are human beings.
Yeah.
You can't just run up on somebody just because you know them. They don't know you.
So this is me defending my friend a week later.
Yeah.
Every experience I've ever had with her before we even knew each other was very favorable, very pleasurable.
Yeah.
And I'm upset that I missed her. Hopefully we can get you back at a later date and I can, ask all my questions too. Cause y'all look like y'all was having a ball too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed that one.
Thank you, Tamala.
Shout out to my man, our sponsor, Captain Kirk's Jamaican Rum Punch.
Captain Kirk.
I wasn't here last week, so I haven't had a rum punch in 2 weeks. So I'm jumping right in this bad boy.
Yo, Captain Kirk, you might want to consider getting a Captain Kirk's Jamaican Rum Punch Light. Man, you be messing folks up. Man, maybe it's my tolerance, man. I was like, I can by myself.
You can't handle it?
I can handle it, but I'm like, I'm
you
lit.
can't handle it, rude boy. You can't handle it.
I'm lit.
Yankee boy.
See, look at this. This is gonna be like we in Montego Bay up in this mug.
Listen, that's why I like it. Take me right back to the islands. Every Tuesday, I'm back to the islands. What was your week like, man? I was out of the loop for a week. I was gone.
Man, I was sick. You know, you said you weren't gonna be able to make it, and I was like, man, I don't want to call it. But I was sitting over there, and I was like, man, I don't want to get nobody sick.
You had a cold.
I had a cold. My allergies was
allergies is different. Allergies is the
but
hay
I didn't
fever
know.
Okay.
I felt a little feverish.
Right.
Head, stuffy, sneezing. Like I'm surprised I didn't have to wipe my nose up in here, man. But hey, what's up, brother? Trey Elliot in the building.
What up, boy?
But it was like one of them times where, when you get sick and you just don't want to freaking sit down somewhere. That's what I felt like. I was like, man.
I've heard of that, but I get under the. I've been sick in a long time, but sometimes I'm under the weather, and I say to myself, well, you still got to work.
Yeah, that's how I was.
I've been on flights but once you get to the show, it's like, let's go. You know what I mean?
That's how I was. But I was concerned. I was like, man, I hope I don't have COVID, and I want to give it to people because I got
about COVID.
No, I don't. I went.
Still worried about it?
No, he asked. Nigga, you just sat down.
Nah, COVID's still a real thing. That shit ain't over.
Well, yeah, I don't want to give.
Over, but it's like a common cold. I mean, it ain't.
I don't want to give people anything because I'm sick. And if it's COVID, then that means something. Hey, now they can't. That affects people, and I didn't want to. Give anybody anything.
Because a common cold, you can still go to work. Essentially, you get COVID, you have to quarantine.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do that. So I was like, let me go get myself checked out.
How was that for COVID?
I was at. Yeah, well, that's the unfortunate part because people still get it.
Yeah,
but that was a dark time in the United States of America.
Yeah, we were losing friends. Man, this nigga gave me COVID.
Dark time, man. No, we lost people for real. Like
mask wearing.
Nah, yeah, it was a weird, crazy time, though.
Because it was either like you got it and it was just like you walk right through that shit, or you got it and you was literally on a defibrillator.
You know what? I think for the most part, that was one big long. Let me see if we can get the American public to do whatever we tell them if we scare them.
That's what 9/11 was.
Well, now it's another dress rehearsal.
Well, you don't want to go there with me.
What?
9/11 was like, let's put the fear of God in these motherfuckers so they give up half of their freedom
Oh yeah,
to feel safe.
man.
You're not one bit safer than you was before 9/11.
You remember.
But you feel like it because you gave up half of your freedoms.
You remember I used to work at the airport, and that's
Mhm.
Oh,
that
no,
is
was a
why
crazy
I had
time.
a job. They made a whole job to keep people in line because of that one day. Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
I didn't want to go.
I'm with you.
I didn't want to go that direction, but that's.
but that,
I digress.
Yeah.
We'll digress on that. But I was initially saying I missed Tamala, and I really enjoy her company every time I've been around her. And
Did you see that? You watched it?
of course, she was super
Did
dope.
you
She was
enjoy
funny
it?
and everything. Yeah.
yeah, you know,
Somebody put she looked like she smelled good. I was like, she damn sure do.
Yeah.
you know what's cool about her? She's a hugger. She embraced,
Yeah.
try to keep a professional business. Hey, hi, how you doing? She just she gave
Get
gave
in
a
here,
hug.
boy.
Yeah. So I really appreciated that. She's cool people.
I'm at Ty show the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and
Who's Ty?
no, the Ty show, the restaurant.
Oh, okay. I was it was at Ty's show.
No, Ty show.
Okay.
The sushi spot in Sherman Oaks.
Mhm.
I run into Vivica Fox, and I'm like,
Fox's girl.
I'm like,
Fox's girl.
I'm like, oh shoot, they go Vivica.
Yeah.
You know, and she had, 2 people with her.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm about to go ahead and ask her, to join the podcast.
Okay.
Drop some names as far as, we've
Who's
had
been on?
so and
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
we had
Did you
so and
drop
so.
my name?
Nah. Actually, I did. She said she never heard of you.
yeah. She ain't never heard it. She heard the last part of my name.
Mind you, I done been
Yeah.
around Vivica, but I've never really just like, I've introduced myself, but years ago. So,
Mhm.
but I've never
She's
really
familiar.
just been like,
She's familiar.
yeah, but so hey, how you doing, Vivica? I'm Trey Elliot. Nice to meet you. Again, we met before, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I used to host in lounge. But, okay. So, what do I need to do to get you on the podcast? She was like, well, you're gonna have to talk to my PR. And I was just like, all right, well.
Is that one of the ladies that sat? That was
No.
sitting there?
I was like, all right, well, So, and she was like, and I'm just telling you right now, I'm just gonna keep it 100. I'm not doing no more press right now for nothing until I got something coming out, which is in December. I'm like, bet.
Mhm.
I'm like, we got a full schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, we just had, Tamala, we just had Makai, you know what I'm saying? We had so-and-so, we got, so-and-so coming up.
Mm-hmm.
She said, well, I haven't been online. I said, because I'm like, you haven't seen their pages? She said, I haven't been online. I've just been tired of talking and all this, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, so she's telling me this, telling me that, telling me this. And then she gives me gives me her phone. I get the whatever. So I hit up her PR.
Mm-hmm.
In about 2 days, he hit me back and was just like, well, Miss Vivica is not doing any press right now. Mind you, in the email, I was like, I know she's not doing anything until December, which is perfect for us.
So we're trying to get a date.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We would love
Future.
to work with her. Yeah, and she won't be doing any press at this point in time. So, we would have to decline or whatever. And I was just like, thank you for your
Wait, you said
consideration.
we'll do it in December when she has something to promote.
Yeah.
And he still said we're not doing anything at this time.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. And I was just like, thank you for your consideration. Look forward to working with you in the future.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
But it's so funny because people, and I'm not saying, and I'm not just not bashing anybody, but I'm like, when people just think that they're just, you know what I mean, and they don't
they don't want to say no.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
think
damn,
a soft.
it's like you
soften
can't
it
take
down or
an
something?
hour and a half out of your time. I mean, come on. It's 2024. It ain't 1995. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, and she had a whole conversation with me. And even when I left, she was just like, okay.
All right, what's the scenario? She's sitting down at the table. You walk up to the table. Do you sit at the table with them? Or?
No. So she's at the table in the middle, and there's a chick right here.
So they're facing you. Like you're talking to like this.
They're like on the side.
3 women.
Yeah, 3 women.
But you're standing at the front of the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just standing there. I'm like, all right, make sure they don't got no food there or whatever. They just ordering drink. So I'm just having a conversation. What you guys drinking, whatever. And just having a regular conversation. Yo, what I got to do? I introduce myself, let her know, hey, I'm Trey Elliot. I'm a comedian. I used to host Zen. And,
You established
we met each other several times. But, myself, Tony Rock, and another partner of mine, we have a podcast thriving podcast we would love to have you a part of. We just had Tamala Jones this past Tuesday. We had Mekhi Phifer. You know what I mean? We had April Jones. We got, I just started naming Lisa Ray is scheduled to do it, blah, blah, blah. So I'm letting her know, A, I'm not a regular dude. B, the owners of the restaurant and people are coming up to us, shaking my hand. Oh, good to see you. I got a round coming on us. So she sees, you know what I mean? And I'm not by myself. I got, Ivy with me. So so it ain't like, so I established myself and, and I'm not like standing over, spitting over there. I'm very conscious of that. And I'm just like, we would love to have, and I was like this, what's funny? With me seeing you, we were just talking about guests we would love to have, and your name came up, and it's so funny that I'm running into you right now. And then she was laughing. She's like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yeah, we would love, and then I was going down the list of people.
Basically, she just told her PR she's not doing it because she said I'm not doing anything until I have something to promote,
which was in December, a Christmas.
And he
movie.
said, "Fine,
yeah."
And then the contact should have been, "Okay, well, we'll wait till December when you have something to promote,"
and that,
which is what you said.
Yeah.
So for him to respond with, "We're not doing anything right at this time," she said, "This motherfucker gonna hit you about me doing this podcast."
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to do that shit.
Right.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
And you know what?
Enjoy your fucking carburetor commercials. Go ahead. Yeah.
But I said all that to say, watch. They're going to be coming like, is that opportunity still available?
Well, yeah, and then come on then.
But
listen. Enjoy. Congrats on the Christmas movie.
Christmas project.
Congrats on the Christmas project. When you ready to come on the podcast at a later date, you know how to reach us. Your PR know how to reach us. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, holla at us. But you know what? That's good for you because
and that'll be all leading when she sit down. Like,
So what happened? Why you doing? But it's not
bullshit, huh?
Yeah, but it's not like I'm not going to see her again. That's the thing,
right?
I want to see her again. And I'm like, what up? And I'm going to call her out. Yo, what happened? Yo, you ain't. Why you say no?
See, that's why I say that's good for you because now you have the rapport established. So if something does come up.
That's not a rapport unless it's positive. She might be like, this the nigga want me to do his park. That's not
but
a
it
rapport.
But it sounds like you set the stage to have a conversation. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't a rejection. You didn't say, all right, well then all right. That's it.
She Hollywooded me. She Hollywooded me, man.
Let's go. Wait.
Hopefully she'll change her mind.
Before I got a topic I want to address, but that's a good one right there. That we can talk about that.
Being Hollywooded?
Who Hollywooded you? Who Hollywooded you? Who Hollywooded you? And listen, if you're gonna say, you don't be like, I don't want to say.
Oh yeah, I'll say the name.
Hollywooded you?
I'm trying to think.
Who Hollywooded you, Guy Tory? Who Hollywooded you? Who Hollywooded you, Guy Tory?
Guy Tory Hollywooded you.
Guy Tory Hollywooded the shit out of me because that's my man, $100,000.
Right,
nigga. You my damn near my brother. Right. You could just say no. You could just say I don't want to do it, and I'm like, all right, nigga, I'll call you later.
Yeah,
right? You could be like, nah, nigga, I don't want to go. And I'm like, all right, I'll hit you when I get back.
Yeah,
right.
Guy
Tory,
I literally just talked to him. He said, yeah. All right. Nah.
No, I'm gonna give you this part 2 first.
Right. Okay.
This is part 2, which makes part 1 even weirder. So part 2, I shoot my special. I put all my money up to shoot the special. You guys know this. This is not an unfamiliar story. I shoot my special, my own money, 100% fully funded by me. Right? I shop it. I don't get a deal. I go streaming service route. As soon as it pops up on streaming platforms, I get an enormous offer for the podcast. For the special.
You said enormoustic, huh?
I said I get an enormous offer. That's how big it was. Enormonistic. I get a stupid check for the special, predicated on me taking it down, which I do.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you all this because Guy Tory reached out to me. Yo, man, I know you said you did your special yourself, and what's the particulars? I told that motherfucker A to Z everything I did. Because I'm thinking about shooting mine. My brother, I think you should absolutely go this route. You should do this, you should do this, you do everything I had. Because it ain't mine. The info's not mine.
Right.
That's the problem when motherfuckers think the info is theirs. It ain't yours. It's yours to share.
Right.
Yo, I did this, and this. I hired this person.
Mm-hmm.
How much you pay for it? Well, the stipulation was, the deal I had with one of the producers was, yo, don't ever tell anybody how much we spend on it because it's going to look like $1 million, but they're not going to know we did it for,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was the deal.
Yeah.
So I never tell anybody. But I'm telling you, if you got money in the bank, you can absolutely, I don't know what your pocket's looking like. I don't know what your account look like, but I'm telling you, you can absolutely make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
You got the material? You ready to go? Yes. You got a spot you want to shoot? Yes. Bro, I think, bro, you should absolutely go this route because I'm going this route from now on until they come with the stupid check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going this route from now on. Appreciate that, bro. Boom, boom, boom. Handed him all the information because it ain't mine. Now, part 1. I write a movie. I wrote a movie 15 years ago. Let a few people read it and rewrote it again. 13 years ago. Read this one. Well, getting better. 12 years ago. Here's this version. 9 years ago. How about this? 7 years ago. Yo, check this out. 8 years ago. Yo, I did it again. 5, 3. COVID hits. COVID hits. I'm in the house. I don't drink the whole entire COVID. I told you that. My baby's on the way. So I'm just literally in the house. I said, you know what I'm gonna do? This would be the perfect time to revisit everything I've ever written. Every game show, TV show, dating show, cooking show, movie, sitcom idea. Sat with everything. Went over it. Fine tooth comb. That particular project. I was like, yo, this is my biggest thing I've done so far that has not been seen. I said, I'm gonna start rewriting again. I changed it from a feature film to an episodic. 7 episodes, right?
Okay, yeah.
I started letting people read it. Yo, this is it. I let Ruben Paul read it. Ruben Paul, my brother, we are brutally honest with each other. Yo, this is the best fucking script I've read in a long time. I let my manager at the time read it. Yo, this shit is incredible. I let casting directors that I knew read it. Yo, this is it, boy. You out of here. I had a production company in mind that does things in this same lane, in this same vein. I did not have a contact there. Guy Tory posted something on social media one day with that production company. Yo, bruh, I need who's your person over there? I just want to talk to them. I got a project I would love for them to take a look at because they do things in this lane. You know how certain production companies do things like, if you want to do music, you might go, let's take to Revolt. You want to do whatever, you go, let's go, black drama, you go, let's go BET Plus. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's a lane for, he goes, oh, my girl work over there. That's like a homegirl. That's easy, bro. That's easy peasy. All right, bet.
Yeah. I
wait a week. It's a week. Should I hit him? No, I'll wait another week, 2 weeks. Hey, yo, bro, just reaching out. You ain't hit me back with the, oh yeah, my bad. I forgot. No, 2 weeks. Hey, yo, what's good, boy? Yo, just checking again, nigga. I know you busy. I'm busy too, bro. I'm running through the airport right now. Just sending that reminder. Yeah, my girl over there. Yeah, she gonna take care of you, bro. Never did I get the contact. Tell me that's not Hollywood in me.
That is.
Talk me down.
Yeah.
That's not Hollywood in me?
That's
I said
Hollywood.
that is considered
period.
Hollywood.
And like I said, that's my dude. Nigga, just say no. Just say, yo, man, listen, that's my person over there. I don't want to blow the favor because then I can't do it for my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would encourage you to ask him again.
I'm not going to ask him again. You know, bro, you know who I am. I'm not.
Bring him on. Let's bring him on the show and then ask him again.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said where, yo, out of sight, out of mind, and you didn't.
How's it out of sight? I sent the reminder 19 times.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He just said it.
No, I'm just saying I can't call it.
You don't got to make an excuse.
I'm not making an excuse. I'm saying I would encourage you to ask again. I'm not going to
just say no. Just say, yo, listen, I'm going to love that nigga exactly the same amount if he would have just said, yo, I can't do it, bro. Like, you know,
people don't understand.
My favors are spread thin. I don't want to.
People don't understand that.
I get it, bro. But you know, what you doing tomorrow? Like, I would literally be like, all right, let's catch a game one day, nigga.
I had an audition for, I think, like my first auditions, it was like for the Equalizer or something. I auditioned for them a few times.
The Queen Latifah one?
Yeah, or it was another Queen Latifah project. It may have been the Equalizer, I don't know, but I'm saying it was at the time when Zen was still open. And it was somebody that I knew Dwayne had a real close relationship with. And I was like, yo, Shake, I need you to can you put
Dwayne Shake being Dwayne Martin.
Yeah. I was like, can you put the word in for me? You know, I got the audition, whatever, and I just, you know, just throw the word in for me. And this ain't not about him Hollywood and me, but it's an example of how people could tell you no. And he was just like, he said, you know what? This is not worth, you know, he always liked to use analogies. This is not worth pulling the pin out the grenade. If I'm going to pull the pin out the grenade, it got to be for something that's really.
That's what I'm saying. Goes back to what I said.
Yeah.
He could have said, yo, I don't want to do it because my favors are, you know, few and far between or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He just doesn't, so not just, I got to keep, now, you know, I'm like the bitch that's like, yo, you going to call me?
Right.
I'm like the bitch that's
well,
like.
you don't want to feel like
I'm
that.
like, can I?
Yeah. So he could have just been like, nah.
Don't make me be that bitch.
Yeah.
You said you was going to take me to the movie. Like, yeah, bitch, I'll take you to the movie.
We gonna go.
But I get that.
Yeah, and I understood it.
He could have said that. He could have been like, yo, listen, man, I got, you know, Shorty gonna, once I call her, she gonna be like, let's go with it.
Yeah.
So let me read the project first.
Yeah.
Or let me see what it is. You know what I'm saying? He could have said that. Just to,
or I only got two favors. I only got two favors with her. And I might not could use that favor on you at the moment.
I'm working on something that I want to send to her, so I can't use my favor on you when I want to use it for my project. Oh, bet I totally get it.
So you need.
What's your project? How can I help you with it? You my dude.
You need to hear the words, so you might as well just tell me what it is. That's
who Hollywooded you?
Man, I think I've been getting Hollywooded and just didn't know it. I mean, that could be anybody because people always say that they're gonna do something and they never do it.
Donnell Rollins, stop Hollywooding me.
Oh, the Donnell Rollins is a big Hollywood dude.
Nah. I'm gonna defend that nigga. I'm joking.
No, to you. I'm talking.
Wait, I'm gonna tell my story, but then I go. Yeah. So we was in New York. We was in New York at Rob Stapleton's room. You know Rob Stapleton does South Fuego. Yeah. I was on the show. I was on the flyer. It was me and I forgot who else was on with me. And I'm in New York, so I'm posting like, yo, Tone's home. Yeah. And Donnell hits me on Instagram like, yo, son, I'm in town too. I'm like, yo, nigga, pull up. I'm at Rob Stapleton tonight. Oh, nigga, if I could get through there, I'll come through. That's my man, 100 grand. That's my guy. So I'm at the show. I'm chilling backstage. He comes with an exec that he was working with on a different project. So he had the suits in the building.
Right.
I get it. You got the suits with you. So the suits are there. And they with Donnell, so they're like, well, we would love to see Donnell on this show. Yeah. Although he's not scheduled to be on the show. And he goes to Rob Stapleton. And it's like, yo, can I get up? And Rob Stapleton's like, yo, Tone, the headliner. I got to check with Tone. So Rob Stapleton, doing his due diligence, comes to me like, hey, yo, if you say no, it's whatever. I'm cool with it. But Donnell's downstairs. He wants to go on. I said, Donnell who?
Yeah.
Donnell Rollins. I said Donnell who because I couldn't believe he wouldn't just bring his ass upstairs and go, yo, son, let me get some.
Right.
Like, let me get some.
Right.
Which I would have been like, oh, nigga, rock out, nigga. Like, you know what I'm not that guy. Like, this is the most beautiful job we have in the world. I share this with everybody. Right. You walk in my show, not hold on, let me backtrack over that. I'm not saying any random comic I never met before. If you my dude in this comedy world.
Come get some.
And you walk into my green room, if I'm in Cleveland and fucking D-Ray walk in like, yo, I'm like, oh, nigga, rock out, get some. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's really give him a show. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's true.
So I'm like, yo, he came to you and was like, can he? Yeah. So I gotta leave the green room, go all the way downstairs, find this motherfucker in the back of the club, like, hey, yo, nigga, what the fuck's wrong with you? Don't ever Hollywood me, motherfucker. Don't send nobody to ask me no shit like that. Nigga, you could have came and said, I know, son, I ain't gonna bother you, son. Nah, nigga, don't. Fuck that. I call you in front of you. Right. I call you on it in front of you. Yo, bro, don't do that. Don't Hollywood me, yo. Come upstairs and say, yo, I want to rock out. You know I'm good with it. Right. So don't go around me.
Right.
And he was like, nah, son, you know, I ain't know if you was up there chilling or, you know, do your thing, man. Don't do that.
So
I know who Hollywood.
That's minimal Hollywooding, but it's still Hollywood.
Yeah, in that way.
Well, before you go on that, let me say what I was referring to with Donnell Rollins, who was talking about him. He just had the energy where he'll see you, you know, he might see all of us chilling. And the next day he'll see you, and his energy of speaking is not like, oh yeah, I was just with you yesterday, or we were just kicking it yesterday. We just, you know, all having drinks again. It's like a real, just kind of like, hey, what's up? And it's like, All right. And and maybe just me being you get what I'm saying?
Get it,
Yeah. It's just like
in the group it's cool, but when you step out of it, it's like
individually.
I was talking to the group, not you.
Right. Yeah. It's just that the love that it would be in a group setting, it don't kind of be that individually for a nigga that, that know you or see you around is just kind of weird. And I realize every nigga ain't like, yo, what up? You know what I mean? But in this fraternity that we have, a lot of us always try to just at least show a love to a certain kind of capacity.
I'm like the opposite, because I'm like, I go the other way with it. But by what I mean by that is, it'll be the group and I'll show, the love will be shown amongst everybody.
Yeah.
And then I'll see you outside of the group, and I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna receive the love without the group. So I'll be like, case in point. I'm in Atlanta. Yeah, I was at CAU homecoming.
Come on, man. CAU, baby.
Whoa.
I tried to get your ass there. I tried to get your ass there when we was all there. You ain't come out. I tried to get everybody to come out.
Yo, so I went to my man Fly Guy, my favorite DJ in the world. My man Fly Guy was doing a party for Tank. Okay. Tank had a party, and I hit Fly Guy like, yo, I'm pulling up. I pull up. Tank there. They, Fly Guy like, yo, my brother Tony Rock in the building. It's stupid packed. Yeah. My brother Tony Rock in the building. So I'm getting text messages from people like, yo, nigga, you in here? They shouting you out. My man Blue Williams, Nick Cannon's manager, Managed Mad people. I knew Blue from, we go back to Brooklyn like when we was in the streets, like just trying to get it. So that's my guy for real. We don't see each other all the time.
Yeah, but
we are from before we had a penny to rub together. So Blue's there. Yo, I heard your name. I'll go over there and talk to Blue for a little bit. Tank security come over like, yo, Tank said, come say what's up. I'll go over to Tank like, yo, what up, boy? What's good? Yo, we chopping up chicks. Two of the most handsome niggas in the world talking, having a conversation. Cameras flashing. Yeah. And he go, yo, we leaving. Yo, we going to Magic City after this. I'm like, oh, say no more, bro. Yeah. So I go back to the DJ booth where I was at with Kurt, Boogie, and Kiki, and we just up there like, yo, what y'all doing? I'm like, yo, they said they going to Magic City. Now, I don't do strip clubs as much as I used to. I have a child. It's a waste of money. But I'm like, yo, we could pull up if y'all want to. I'm not going wild like that. Plus, I got an early flight next morning. Yeah. So we passed on it. We passed on the strip club. Next morning, I get on that flight, first flight out to LA. I'm in seat like 3A. Tank is in 2D. But when I'm getting on the plane, I see the headphones on. I'm like, I ain't gonna bother him. So now I was, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, boy, But I was like, I don't know if he's receiving the love right now. He might be on focus mode, not bother me mode. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't bother him. Yeah. But, who Hollywooded you?
That would be Pookie Ringington. I felt he Hollywooded me when...
Tell us the story.
That time we was at Chocolate Sundays when you was hosting, and somebody didn't show up, and we had just been
I remember the story. Remember? I remember the story, yes.
Yeah, this was years ago.
We had just gotten back from some
city.
We was on the road.
Chicago, we was on the road. So in my mind,
we had Sunday off and we flew home.
Yes, it was one of them times, or it might have been the prior week. The fact is, I'm verified. Number one. Okay, so if the host of your show is telling you, okay, yeah, you can put my man up.
He's not giving you the scenario. So a comic didn't show up. I'm standing at the side of the stage about to go back up, and he comes to me like, yo, so-and-so's not here. Yeah, and Fox right there. So I'm like, right there. Again, it ain't mine.
Yeah. Right, it's not his.
Yo, Fox right here.
And then Pookie was like, right in front of me, right in front of you. And I'm like, thinking to myself, why doesn't he just pull him aside or something? But he's like, I can't. I
remember.
So I'm like, this is a little embarrassing.
What was your reaction?
My reaction was like, okay, I guess I ain't going up. Okay, I'm right here. And then I can't even remember what happened after that. Yeah. I can't remember what happened to that. I think he just went up and filled the time, and then they waited for somebody else to come up, and then you continued the show. You had to fill time. You had to fill time until somebody else. So, I mean, he didn't know me, but your word should have been enough.
Yes.
And I think that's a case of me being Hollywooded right in front of me. I didn't even I didn't even get the, nah, man, I don't know you. I'm sorry, man. We got somebody coming up. It was. Let me consider a situation. And he evaluated it right then. And he's like, to me, that's a stab towards you, really.
It's a little bit of a stab towards me, more of a stab towards you,
but more of it's like
a stab towards me because me saying like, yo, Fox right here should have been enough. In all reality, been like, you vouching for your man? Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
It was also a little bit of I don't know him, so I don't know the realm of the unknown of what could happen on stage. Well, had he seen you before, I was like, okay, I know what he does. But the unknown was the bigger thing.
Let's make that statement. You know who I am. You just never seen me perform, perhaps, because at that point I had done a spot, one of those first impression spots.
Okay. So maybe he saw you as a first impression. And trust me, I'm not trying to defend this thing. Maybe he saw you as a first impression comic.
In any case, I thought that should have been enough. I thought that should have been me walking up on stage next and doing 5-6 minutes.
And just so y'all know, First Impressions at the Laugh Factory is on the Sunday night show. Yeah. They have a segment called First Impressions. I think it's 2 comics that go up and do a shorter set before the actual main show really starts. So it's called First Impressions. And if you pass at First Impressions, then you get to come back and you're on the regular lineup for the show.
So now, Pookie tried to do that. I think Pookie tried to do that to me one time in my early years out here before I became a regular at Chocolate Sundays, or before I could get up anytime I say y'all can I do this week or whatever. Yeah. And I let him have it. I'm a different dude, bro. You disrespect me in a certain way like that. He did the same way. Trey could close the show. I was like, nigga, well. I said, I can close the show. And then I forgot who he put up. I said, so this the nigga you gonna put up and think that I can't close the show better than him? I'm like, man, you bullshitting. So let fuck out of here, man. Exactly what I said.
I didn't say
had no
that.
problem after that.
I think, and this was a time in Hollywood where I think maybe I was evaluating. I said, well, I didn't want to burn any bridges. I didn't want to go.
You got to be arrogant and cocky sometimes, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I was very arrogant. I still got a lot of. I've toned it down, but mentally, I'm still very arrogant and cocky, man. I would never let nobody play me when it comes to the stage of what I can do, or I don't know about that. Man, fuck that.
Wait. You gotta be arrogant and cocky.
Sometimes you gotta be in that situation.
Okay.
Well, that wouldn't help me get on stage at that time.
But it would have let him know that he can't play you like that.
What's define arrogance in that situation?
But as far as with that, like whoever you about to put up not gonna close the show better than what I was going to do, bro. Like for you to think that I can't close the show, or you don't think that I'm capable of going up on this show, you bugging.
Okay, like, what's cocky then?
Like nigga, I'm the shit. Nigga, I will destroy the stage, bro. Like I will literally get on the stage and destroy the show, man. What you talking about?
Confidence in your abilities. And you're letting everybody know I'm confident in my abilities. I can do this.
Here's the thing. And here's why I said that. Because, people will try to play you. And people in comics will try to play you. Promoters will try to play you. It's just like, you got to just sometimes let people know that you are who you are. Because if you don't let them know, then they ain't going to know. Who else going to tell them? Who else going to tell them, bro?
Well... Okay.
But you gotta be able to back it up.
I think you gotta let your work speak.
But not out here, bro. That's the crazy part about out here. Your work a lot of times don't always speak for itself. Wait.
Wait. You said out here. So how does your work not speak for yourself? Speak for you.
Because people can see you work and kill and do your thing, do good. And it's not for me, not me at this, well, in certain places, it's still like that. But, Pookie,
you mean because of volume? Because there's so many comics?
Just because of the politics and the bullshit that you have to deal with out here, because of the clicks, because of now they got the social media. It's so much stuff now.
You have to deal with that
you got to deal with
people that can't really do anything for you at the level. I mean, there's always going to be clicks. There's always going to be that.
Yeah, I sorry.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I think you saying like your work you gotta let your work speak for yourself, don't apply in this scenario. But I'm talking about the scenario of where the people that can do for you, if they see you are consistent, then why wouldn't they be like, yo, I seen him, he does the job. consistently.
Yeah, and
I get comics seeing you successfully, rip continuously, trying to be a little,
yeah,
a little standoffish because they don't want to be in the same. They don't want to be in competition with you.
Exactly.
I've said this all the time. One of the reasons why I'm not invited to participate in these reindeer games is because niggas know I will light them up.
Yeah.
This is a fact. Like,
yeah,
they have big shows in LA. So-and-so, all LA comics, not from LA, but I mean, living here, we see every day.
Right.
And people will call me like, why are you not on that show? And I gotta take the
classy way.
The classy. I gotta take the upper the upper.
You take the high road.
I gotta take the high road, right?
And
I gotta say, hey man, that's a dope lineup. You should still go see that show. But up here, I know. Okay, now up here, here's the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Up here, I know. Oh, the guy that's promoting it, that's his man. He know his man can't fuck with me. So he gonna keep me away from that whole event. Because once I walk out on stage, it's a wrap. These are facts.
Okay, so
I'm not invited because I've seen a meme. I saw it, and of course, Instagram. I hate social media. I despise it. But sometimes a meme pops up that I'm like, I feel that. It says sometimes you always remember. Sometimes you're not invited because you steal the spotlight.
Yeah, it's
I've had big name comics, world tours.
I don't want to follow.
We gotta do something.
Yeah.
And then the opportunity presents itself, and it's big name comic, and this guy. I'm like, wow.
I saw it with my own eyes.
To say.
I think
I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, I think a lot of times out here it's just like people are not going to give you. Everybody's not going to give you the respect that you deserve. And sometimes you gotta.
I'll give you that.
You gotta let people know how to treat you.
Okay, I would erase. You gotta be arrogant and you gotta be cocky.
I said in that case.
Look, I would erase that and put. You gotta demand your respect.
Yeah,
right.
But I feel like sometimes you gotta demand it when you could back it up with a sense of. You gotta be AI. You gotta be AI sometimes.
My cocky is when I get up there. Oh shit!
But you know what?
And then I say goodnight and walk off like.
But the key word
that's my cocky.
But the key word is you got to get up there. They ain't letting everybody up there. So sometimes you got to make a motherfucker be like, well, God damn, the way he just came at me, like maybe I am missing something. Maybe I need to put this nigga up since he acted like he
did. It happened in the moment.
I mean?
It was so shocking that it's like, is this even supposed to be going down like this? It was like. Heat of the moment, a decision needed to be made.
And let me ask you this: when was the last time you done chocolate sundaes?
I have never done chocolate sundaes except for 2 times. Somebody didn't show up, and I did a first impression.
And how long have you been out here?
Yeah, going on 18 years.
That's why you should have told him. You better kiss my motherfucking ass and put me on this goddamn stage. Don't fucking disrespect me like that. Like sometimes you just gotta bark on a nigga, man. Yo, I know it sounds crazy, but dog, listen, man.
Hey,
people that have tried to play me.
I understand what you're saying.
Hey, guess how many times I've done chocolate sundaes? I can do chocolate sundaes anytime I want to do chocolate sundaes. I just text Lonnie, yo, I need this day. Yo, my mom's in town. I need a day. Yo, my son is here. Yo, my birthday. Like, I can text her at any given point in time. Okay. Even if I just want to, and she's like, okay, Trey, I got you. But it's because, but it wasn't always like that.
No,
I see Pookie now. But the very first, like around, he kind of carried me the same. I don't know if it was Tone that said, "Yo, Trey could close the shot." I don't. It might have been you.
I appreciate.
I'm gonna go full circle with this, and I'm gonna go full circle with this.
You see how I told that story, and it turned into this.
I'm gonna go. I get passionate about some
I'm gonna go
shit,
full circle with this, and we're gonna put a bow on this. You. Joe Fox are the same comic that when I said you got to be in the club every night, you got to show your face to get up. You got to play the face game. Just be in there every night and just like let them see you. And they go, oh, yo, my man here every night. Put him up. you were the same comic that said, I ain't going to sit up in the club all night if I ain't going up. And I said, all right, well then don't.
Give the full context.
Don't you think, had you been that guy that they saw all the time, they might have said, hey, my man here all the time, he doing his thing. Like,
that is true at that club. I hear you laughing in there. I'm not going to be a hypocrite when I say that. I'm not refuting anything he said. At that club on that night, you're absolutely true. I was doing things like that. And in a lot of cases, I still do those things. But it was like at the J Spot or at the Comedy Union, I was doing that. And that scenario holds true.
That's the G League.
I don't give a damn.
Oh, you're saying at the Comedy Union and the J Spot, you was like, I'm not going to sit in there if I'm not going to.
No. I said I was going and getting up there.
Okay.
I'm just saying in that particular case, and I mean, I was probably 2-3 years in. I don't know. It wasn't that long. This was a long time ago.
Moment of silence for the J Spot and
Comedy,
no longer with us.
Yes.
They did a lot for urban comedy in Los Angeles.
They did a lot for me.
They did a lot for Joe Fox and urban comedy.
Yes.
And I had a real good night one night at the J Spot.
What was the name?
That's a whole nother story.
What were their names?
That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. My first night at the J Spot. Woo.
Yeah, man.
What is
okay,
that?
so we off to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't say who Hollywood is.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I didn't. Who?
Not that you saying Dwayne was like...
No, I said I gave that as an example of sometimes people got to tell you no. So I've kind of been Hollywood by a few people. I'm going to tell this one story, and it's somewhat about
I've been
Hollywood.
By quite a few. I just want to tell those two.
Nia Long.
Nia Long did not Hollywood me.
But let me tell you how.
She Hollywood me. Hey, girl. Hey, Faith.
And maybe it goes back to me again.
Tupac video.
Maybe it goes back to what I said earlier. If I see you and have an encounter with you, the next time I see you, I'm expecting to be like, basically. I'm expecting you to be like, and like how certain people do, So she comes years ago when I was working at the T-Mobile store. She comes in the T-Mobile store. Mind you, I'm on my lunch break in the car eating a sandwich. I'm on the phone with my man Rio. He's in Atlanta at the time. I'm like, talking, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I see this car pull up in front of me, this Mercedes. We're in the back parking lot of the T-Mobile. I look, I'm talking to Rio. I'm like, hey, bro, I think this Nia Long that just pulled up in front of me. He's like, no bullshit. I said, that is Nia Long. I said, I know she going to the T-Mobile store because I know she go to this store. They already told me she come in here. I said, I'll call you back. Hung up the phone, threw my sandwich in the passenger seat. I heard yo get out the car, brushing off crumbs and shit. I walk into the store before she could get in there. So it's kind of like, as soon as I walk in, she walk in, I just turn around. Hey, can I help you? Oh my gosh, I think I just damaged my phone. Oh my gosh, and it's just, she had a BlackBerry, so I'm looking. She done spelled coffee on it, and she was trying to pull the phone apart and all this shit, and it was just looking crazy. I was like, Nia, you really fucked your phone up. I'm comfortable, I'm like, oh, you really?
Damn, girl.
So now
what you going to do?
What could take 2 minutes, what could really be a 2-minute encounter, nigga, I'm stretching it out to about 15. So I'm like, I'm in the computer, just clacking. Yeah, man. Yeah, we gonna have to order you a new phone here. You know what I mean? So we chopping it up, whatever. And she was like, she's like, where's Cameron? I said, Cameron's not at this location anymore. She's like, what's your name? I was like, Trey. And she laughed. She was like, oh, Trey, really? I was like, yeah. From Trey Boys in the Hood. So she was like, let me get your phone number. I was like, gave her my phone number. She was like, I'm going to call you. And, let me figure out what I'm going to do. But I'll give you a call and let you know. And I'll just, and I'll deal with you and all that and whatever. This is after about a good 10, 15 minutes of convo. Okay. And, I'm doing extra. I'm putting in, giving jokes and we laughing and shit. Fast forward, I see her at the, me and Naeem going to a damn Lakers and Spurs game. This is at the time where her dude was coaching
Who
the
the fuck was?
Spurs.
Oh, I was gonna say who the fuck was on the
Yeah.
Spurs that y'all want to go see the Spurs?
Yeah, her dude was coaching Spurs, and then we was cool with Naeem was cool with Rajul Butler, rest in peace.
Rasul Butler, yeah. Rest in peace. Oh man.
All right.
So
Oh man.
we going to get the tickets. Who in front? Nia Long. Yo, Nia, what's up? It's me. You know what I mean? It's Trey. She's like, hi.
Nigga, that ain't Hollywood of you.
Kept walking.
In defense of Nia Long, that is not Hollywood of you.
I was like, I done took all that time and helped you with your shit.
That's
Is
not
that
it.
Hollywood in box?
We done had conversations.
You know what that was? You didn't have on your T-Mobile shirt.
Damn. You know why I say it's Hollywood? Because there's so many other people that I've done helped in those situations, and they would see me
They
outside
would
of work,
remember you.
and they would just embrace. I got
He
great
fixed my phone.
relationships to this day.
That's a personal-
from
yeah.
T-Mobile.
Yep.
Where they would see me and they would embrace me, hug me. Like, let's go to lines. But Nia wasn't one.
Nah, that ain't Hollywood.
Nia wasn't
That ain't
one.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
What
still
you
wait for
say,
that
Fox?
call.
No,
What'd you say, Trey? Hollywood?
Nah.
that's not Hollywood. And in that scenario, you online getting your tickets, you was like hustle and bustle. Yeah, oh hey, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That ain't Hollywood.
But after 15 minutes, though, man, that's got to be heartbreaking.
And she never called. They got for 2 weeks. Every time my phone rang, I
You know
looked
why
at
she never called? Because Cameron called her. Like, I heard you was in the
Cameron's a
store.
white gay boy.
I heard
Cameron's
you
a
was in the
white
store.
gay
You
boy.
need- Hey, Nia, it's Cameron. Heard you were in the store last night. Yo, before we're gonna segue.
Mhm.
Did y'all watch the premiere of Papa's House last night?
I didn't see it.
Nope.
I didn't see
It was
it.
good.
Shout out to the weigh-ins. Shout out
Yeah,
to
it was
Damon and
good.
Damon Jr.
It was good, and I was very excited to watch it. I was very, very excited. I set my Direct TV.
Okay.
I said DVR one time, and my little brother was like, "DVR, nigga."
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it. I
What's
set my
wrong with
Direct
that?
TV. I enjoyed
Good
it.
series.
It was
Yeah, I'm gonna
enjoyable.
check it out.
I told Ocean, because Ocean is cool with Damon Jr.
Mhm.
I told Ocean, like, yo, I'm so excited to watch this. Just that the possibility that these two could work together
Mhm.
is amazing to me.
Yeah.
And it gives me hope that maybe me, Jordan, and Chrissy could do something together one day. You know what I'm saying? So I watched it with that kind of critical eye of like, is the sitcom good, or am I just watching it because I'm enjoying these two together? But it was good. It was
They're
good.
both talented, man.
Yeah.
And shout out to Damon Wayans Jr., who, speaking of never is a Hollywood dude.
Yeah.
Oh, never.
Always just a solid.
Yeah.
But he was from raised in like, you know,
He's always been
people
cool every time I see him.
people who tend to grow up like that, it's nothing. They just like, oh, this is regular life shit for me.
Right.
They, you know, they don't act like that.
Yeah.
Plus, their
so-
parents didn't come from that, so they kind of got a ground.
Yeah,
He got a foot in. Like,
Yeah.
I know how my pops grew up, so I still.
And he
kinda
got broke cousins and shit
Yeah,
still.
a lot of broke cousins. A lot of broke cousins.
Yeah, but shout out to them, man.
My
I'm gonna
brother
check it out.
Chris said, "Man, he called me one time to tell me a cousin had called him for money." And I was like, "Damn, he called you actually for money?" He was like, "Man, he asked me for money. Cousin so and so asked me money. Cousin uncle so and so, aunt so and so." I said, "Damn." He said, "Motherfuckers asked me for $5,000 like it's the time, like they're asking for the time. That's how casual. Hey, man, you got 5,000? Yeah, I got 5,000. And I was like, man, I do not envy you, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure that's hard.
Mm-hmm. So I was in the crib about 4 days ago, and I was writing. I write every day. Y'all know that. I write every day. Whether I write a sentence or I can either fill a composition notebook with my thoughts, or I'll write one premise and be like, the whole day sit there like, oh, what the fuck? Why is it so hard? But I was writing the other day, and a bit came to me that was super funny. And it was a complete thought. Like I started writing and it's just like, oh shit, it's all coming. And that happens a lot. I mean, it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens. It's happened enough for me to be like, yo, I'm familiar with this. Like it comes, it either comes like snippets. I get this piece, I put this piece, okay, like Lego pieces, put it together, make it. Or it'll come like, oh shit, pen's still moving. Got it. You know what I mean? And then I run to the stage to try it out. And something came to me the other night. And this isn't the first time it happened, but since we're here and this is my therapy, you ever get a bit and it come to you so easily, you think, did I hear this before? Is it an afterthought of something somebody else said that just stuck with me? Or am I genuinely hitting on every cylinder right now and getting this thing done.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a good bit. Like if I had a spot tonight, I would go do it. It's y'all gonna see it soon because it's like as soon as I started writing, I was like, oh shit,
It
that
just came.
looked at it like that's it. I could do that right now. And then of course I know the way I write. When I write, I'm pen to paper. I'm still pen to paper with mine. And I'll write, and even when I'm writing, I know like, okay, right there, that's when you do some improv. And right there, that's when you act it out.
Like you see the whole schematic.
I see, I'm Rain Man with this shit, bro. I'm like Beautiful Mind. I see it. And I go, okay, when you say that, stop and act that word out right there. And then say that part and then go back to that part.
You're like Matrix Vision.
Yeah, bro. I'm not kidding. I kid you not.
No, that's
And I'm like,
how I'm
okay, I'm gonna improv right here,
Yeah.
and I'll improv from here to get to that line, and then I'll act that out to get to, and then I'll do this part, and then I'll, I see it's like a script, it's like a symphony almost, and the whole thing came to me, and I was like, damn, did somebody say that? And the only reason I'm bringing it up now because I was like, it was such a good bit. I was like, I would hate to get on stage and do this, and somebody goes, hey man, you know so and so do that.
Then somebody got it.
And I'm like,
man,
fuck.
that's the most
So
heartbreaking
before we
thing.
before we go any further, we have the intern sitting in with us today.
Yeah.
And the intern is and I only use this word because you guys don't know him, but I hate when comics use this phrase, but the intern is a up and coming comic. So I want the intern to come and sit in with us and we're gonna talk stand-up comedy.
I just saw him perform. We was on the show
Good,
together.
good, even better. Have a
Yeah,
seat.
we just did a show.
Tell them your name. Wait. Clap for the intern. Welcome to the intern. Welcome to the intern.
Yeah.
Y'all not clapping. Y'all not clapping.
What up?
So when I told him he was sitting in today, he was like, holy shit, I should have dressed better.
Yeah.
You look great, man. You look great.
Okay, I appreciate
You all right?
Tell him your name. Tell him where you from.
My name is Trent Mason. I am from Waldorf, Maryland.
How long you been doing stand-up?
I've been doing stand-up since I was 14.
So a year.
6 years.
Hilarious.
People make that same joke all the time. So yeah, starting young so that when I'm y'all age, I can be good.
Your age.
So with y'all age.
Your age.
Okay, so
man.
this is for everybody. Like, so, like I said, with that process, what's your writing process? Is it one thing as opposed to something else, or is it a bunch of things that can come differently? Because I have like maybe 3 or 4.
Well,
So what's the one that
It's different. It's different ways to either back into like what is it based on? First of all, do you think it's funny? Is it
this is your
something-
process.
Oh yeah, there's a couple.
wait?
different-
First of all, do you think it's funny? Like, what do you think? What's funny? Like, do you,
like the idea. Like
okay, so you have
this-
that idea first.
Like here's
Okay.
the idea, because you know how comics thinks. Oh man, that's funny. I think there's something there.
right, but keep in mind, the intern's sitting in with us, so we want him to
Okay.
understand everything we're saying.
Well,
so you have the
okay.
idea first.
So the idea, like you see something in life, your comic mind kicks in, and you're trying to see if you can move that into the comedy, the comedic process to put it out on stage.
Right. You think
kind
some, this is
writing
kind of something
process.
funny here. I don't know what it is.
something's
yet.
funny, or you just experience something, and then for me, it's like, all right, how do I fit this into my act? Is it true to life? Is it something that I can easily talk about, or is it something that I gotta, shop? How many levels is it? So where can I start? So it's one of those things where you have to believe in what you experience is true. Like, is it true to life? For me, it's like, is it true to life? Have I experienced this? Is there some truth to life to this?
It has to be true.
For me, like if it's
Okay.
if how I express myself on stage, is it something that I've experienced that I can talk about, tell the truth about? That's one way.
And then
That's your writing process.
Yeah.
what do you do after
I'll
that?
tell you
That's-
how. Let me.
Okay, you talk. It's nothing similar to yours. Are you
Okay.
talking about pen to paper? Like, how do I?
No, I'm just
get
saying,
the
like,
words?
no.
How I write, because so you can kind of understand better, maybe. I mean, I don't know if you, I don't know
Part
if
of the
it's
writing
clear.
process is like, where do you get the material from?
So how I write, I'm not pen to paper anymore. I kind of stopped being pen to paper a long time ago. What I do is, and when I say pen to paper, I don't write my whole bit out on paper. I'll write the premise. I'll just write a premise. And then from that premise, because if anybody know my material, a lot of my material is my life or something that I've actually really experienced. A lot of the material. So what I do is I have the one-liner. This is what I want to talk about. And I will go on stage and I will freestyle the bit. That way I can get the most authentic version of that bit out of my out of my mouth to the audience, and I get the most authentic laugh from the audience by
authentic reaction.
Yeah, by freestyling the bit, and then I'll take the bit and then take it to the lab, and then I will write it out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And if I record it, I'll hear it, whatever. So, for example, I think I told this story before. The Lewis bit, which is one of my, I love that bit because it was so organic. How that came about, like I said, my mom and Lewis and my son and his girlfriend, they was coming to LA, and I text Lonnie, yo, my mom gonna be here. I need a spot. She's like, okay, no problem, Trey. But then on the tour, we end up going to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So my mom,
I saw Lewis and his mom in Macon, Georgia, past weekend. By the way.
Oh yeah.
Your mom's like, oh,
because she didn't say. I said, did you say you was my mom?
No, I didn't. She didn't have to say. I knew as soon as the show was over, I went to sell merch, and she was like, oh my God, you were fantastic. And I was like, hey, how you doing? I gave her a hug, and I saw him just standing behind her. I said, what's up, Lewis?
Yeah, man, they had a great time.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks for coming out.
And so I was like, damn, we going to Atlanta. So we went to Atlanta, Mom and Lewis came, and I did 30. So I was like, damn, they saw me do 30 minutes, the same shit, you know what I mean? So that 30, part of that 30 was going here when they came to LA. So I was like, I gotta do something different. Mm-hmm. And so this is part of my writing process. Yeah. Like, damn, what I'm gonna talk about. And whenever I have to ask myself that, I say, Trey, talk about what's going on. Right. And I said, all right, y'all, so I got my mom and her husband here, my son and his girlfriend, so I'm going to try not to curse. I was really trying not to, I didn't want to really curse, so that's true. And then I was just like, that's how you know the nigga ain't my father, when you heard, because I said my mom ain't her husband. And it just got the most organic thought, and it got the most organic laugh. I was like, oh, shit.
Take that to the
but I'm aware, or like you said, so many things go through our mind while we're writing, but people don't understand what's going through our mind while we're actually performing. Right. We're still creating equations.
That's why I give it. Look, that's why I give it. And when I say I'm pen to paper, I'm topic and then bullet points.
Yeah.
So it's like women don't like this, and then it's like I want to make sure I get these 3 or 4 thoughts in that bit. These 3 or 4 things have to be in it.
Right.
And I trust myself to get from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3 to 3 to 4.
Exactly.
And then the improv just comes in how I naturally talk. I naturally talk like this.
Right.
So that's going to play out in me going, and then she was like, nah, I ain't say nothing to you. And I'm like, bitch, I ain't say nothing to you. Like, it's just like,
but those bullet points are already there.
Right.
And sometimes I create sometimes I create my bullet points while I'm actually on the stage. I'm like, okay, I need my bullet point. And it just comes. So I was like, yo, and I said, they all saying at the house. I said, so everybody trying to fuck quietly. The most natural shit and all that hit. And that was the first show. I went upstairs to Boogie. I was like, yo, I got something. He's like, yo, that shit was funny. So the second show, I performed it the same way. Then I took it, and then I was like, all right, let me figure out. I didn't even say Lewis' name that first show. I didn't even say that. Ain't my set. That's Lewis. That came when I took the joke and went to the lab and then was writing. It was like, okay, that ain't my stepfather. Man, that's Lewis. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times my process comes from being on stage and just freestyling the bit, and then listening to what's getting the most laughs. Then I take it and then I'll organize it to get the best version. How do you write?
I got to see you do that first. I got to see you do that on Saturday. Friday that was. Great show, by the way. And it was inspiring to see, because after we talked about it, we were talking about just jokes and stuff, and you were like, I didn't even, like the first half, I didn't even write any of that. I was like, I couldn't tell the difference between what you had written at the end, at least. Yeah. I mean, it got like, obviously, got bigger at the end, all the laughs and stuff. But I was like, that's like, I didn't even know that's a way you can write like that. Like, I write, I just have an idea in my notes. It'll be like a sentence or 2. And then I'll try to expand upon that sentence I think is funny. And it'll be short, like 30 seconds. And I go on stage. I'll do my normal sets or whatever. I try one new joke at a time. I'll try that 30 new seconds. And then I'll try to just tag it up if it's doing well. Yeah. And then those tags, I just keep trying. And then until the joke gets longer and longer. But the way you write is interesting with the bullet points. How do you know what bullet points, right? Do the bullet points just come?
No, the bullet points are what I want to say in the joke. So if I say, I'm trying to think of something. If I say something like, when women get dressed to go out. Like I'm sure a lot of people have seen this bit. Women get dressed to go out. Okay, the bottom line is looking good. Women will sacrifice comfort to look good. They just want to look sexy, even if it hurts their body, right? And I'll just start with that, like, oh, I see the ladies in here dressed up tonight. So now it's like we're gonna put the improv into the words,
right?
So now we basically bring life to the words. Damn, I was in the back watching the women walk in tonight. Y'all looking good. Like you gotta pace and let them see that you see them. And women, I get it. When y'all get dressed up to go out at night, the bottom line, looking good. Y'all don't care about nothing else. Y'all want to look good. As soon as you get dressed, first thing you say is, girl, how do I look? Like now it's the same thing I wrote, but now I'm giving it life. How do I look? And they want to hear, you look good. Right? It's women in here right now got some shit that hurt their body trying to look good, like sitting in a chair, like now I do all that. That's the improv. And I'm like, girl, take the picture, bitch. It's all the life to the words. The words have to have life. If you just saying words with no life, you might as well be reading a book.
So the act out is you bringing life to it,
the
like
words.
Okay. And you don't come up with that act out beforehand.
I do not. When I start talking, the act out is the natural reaction to what I'm saying. So I don't say, and it's interesting you said that because George Carlin, one of my favorite comics, said in the interview, he literally writes out his act outs.
Oh yeah.
So he writes, I say this and I do this when I say it. So it's literally scripted. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't write, then you lift your arm up, but he did it.
But don't you think after you tell a joke that you've been working on, it naturally forms some level of choreography?
Right. And that also helps. Correct me if I'm wrong. That also helps me to extend the joke because first of all, no joke is ever done ever. The first joke you ever wrote, you could go back to that tonight and be like, oh shit, I could add this whole new stuff. The jokes you're telling right now, 10 years from now, you're like, yo, why did I not think of that? No joke is ever done. You just put it on TV and then now you're like, I can't do it anymore, but it's never done. With that same joke with people getting dressed, I added a new piece last week and that shit fucking boom. And I was like, how did I not think of that in all of this time?
But that's the dope. Yo, that's when you know you have a God-given talent. And I tell people it's kind of like the analogy when Chicago played Portland in the championship game, remember? And Michael Jordan kept hitting them threes and he was just like, I love that feeling when we're on stage and a callback just comes up out of nowhere and you like, and you like, yo, like that shit,
like that's going in.
And it's nothing you planned, it's nothing you wrote. You just like, I'm about to call this.
Because if you do it enough, it becomes second nature. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta, which I say is you gotta get your shots up. I shoot every day. I shoot every single day. I get some shots up. I might get 100 up. I might get 1,000 up. I might get 20 up. But I shoot every day. So when I'm on that stage, I start talking and I'm giving the words life. And then something happened, I go, and then she was like, and the room, and I'm like, nigga, I just made that up just now. That literally just, and I'll come backstage to y'all like, yo, I just riffed that. Like that was just came out of nowhere. Like,
it's like, that's going in.
And I'll be like, that's going in, and I'll go right to the, that's going in.
It's the best feeling, man. And like,
because you made that happen out of nothing. It's like a spontaneous moment, and all of a sudden, it's funny.
Yeah, because sometimes you like, because do you ever look at your set? Or hear your set, and sometimes when you just thinking about stuff, be like, yo, how did I come up with this third? How the fuck did I just come up with this whole thing?
The best for me is when I make myself laugh.
Oh, I love it.
Because number one, first and foremost, disclaimer, I hate every comic. I hate, despise, wish you death.
I know.
Every comic that laughs at their own joke, like, routinely, the same point. And then I was like,
name a few.
This is gonna be a good
and I was like,
I can name a few.
And she was like, it's like, nigga, it's not that funny. It wasn't funny the first time you said it.
Right.
You only doing that because you want them to laugh because you know it's not funny. I hate every comic that does that.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I'll be on stage and I'll say something and riff something and do an improv and the room will explode. And I'm like,
you just start rolling.
That actually that got me.
Yeah.
Especially
so I wonder what it could look like to y'all because I can't even see it.
It's very rare.
Especially when there's people in the audience, it's like that's a joke waiting to happen.
Yeah.
The
Like the chicken
chicken lady.
The chicken lady.
See, that's when everything is in
the stars align.
Yeah. Stars align.
God's like that's when God's in the back of the room like, I want to see what you do with this.
Yeah.
That's when Jesus like, yo, let me see.
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
We gave him the talent. Let me see what these was.
I do think like when you're writing, isn't it kind of all God in a way where it feels unpredictable? Even if you're coming up with the joke on stage or off stage, you're writing it. That idea, where does that idea come from? Like, can you control that? Can you just think, all right, I'm gonna sit down right now and I'm gonna
it's hard for me
make
to
something
do that.
funny.
It's hard for me to do that.
It's the conditioning.
Yeah.
It's the ritual. Customato, Mike Tyson's trainer, made Mike Tyson throw the same left hook into the heavy bag 5,000, 6,000 times every time they train. Same way. Made him do it the same way every time. Right? If you did it like this, do it again. Same way. Turn, boom. Over and over. Every training session, boom, boom, boom. 5,000, 6,000, then 5,000, 6,000. And Mike said, why do we do this over and over again the same way? And he said, because amateurs do it until they get it right. Professionals do it until they can't get it wrong. That's why I write every day. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. I just got to sit. I heard something. I saw something. Somebody said something. Somebody tweeted something. Somebody texted something. There has to be something around me that I heard, saw, read, that I could at least dedicate 5 to 10 minutes of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes
I'll give you an example.
And is it always a joke, or do you just write?
No, sometimes I write rhymes.
Idea?
Sometimes I write rhymes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I write rhymes.
Sometimes I write checks.
All right, I'm gonna give you an example. So this was.
I don't know that reference.
That's a rap.
It's okay.
Okay.
When you get to be my age.
He's just someone I'm old like y'all.
Or his.
Okay, so premises. Oh, okay. So I was walking on a flight the other day, right? I was walking on my flight and I was flying first class, right? And I'm walking on the plane and white guy in front of me got his bag and looks back and sees me and I see him do this. Like, and grabs his wallet and
make sure
pulls his bag closer. And I'm like, okay, regardless of the fact that I'm flying first class and he's probably 33B, regardless of that fact, I'm walking on the plane and I go, white people, y'all must really, now in my head, I start putting the bit together. White people, y'all must really think black people are fucking superheroes. You really must think we have some type of superpower. Because you think I'm going to steal your wallet. Fuck the fact that I paid for my flight. Fuck the fact that I have somewhere to go. I got somewhere to be. I got business to tend to. Scratch all of that. You think I would risk all of that, throw all that shit out the window for your fucking wallet? You think I would take your wallet and I'm boarding the flight? You think, fuck my flight, what I got to do, where I got to go. Your wallet, whatever's in that fucking piece of shit wallet, is worth more than my trip. So I'm like, yo, they don't be thinking sometimes. So I just typed that down. I was like, okay, I got to do something with this. And now the thought was when I got on the plane, like, I got to do it like I was going to the bathroom. The dude grabbed his wallet behind me, like, nigga, we at 30,000 feet. You think I'm gonna steal your wallet?
Jump out the plane.
Pull the motherfucking door. Jump out the plane. No parachute. For your $67 in your wallet? Like, what the fuck? What do y'all think about? Y'all think we that like that? We're that amazing that I could pull this off and not get
caught?
So something there, and I was like, I just got to take it to the lab. Take it to the lab.
Take it to the
drum board.
It's a bit that you ever had one of those bits that you've been working or it's been in your repertoire, in your, you know, resume of bits or just whatever, but you never really attacked it the way you want to.
I got a bit that I do now on stage. Y'all heard it, and I'll still be like, it didn't. I don't. But I do it every night. Y'all hear it, and I'm like, you guys might have even laughed at it. But when I walk on stage every night, I'm like, didn't.
Which one is it?
I ain't gonna tell you.
I have a bit like that.
I know one that you don't do. I was like, this nigga just leave. I don't know what you waiting for. I was like, this nigga, he's gonna do it right here. It's like this.
But it's been this one bit that I've been trying to do, and every time I jab it get a good reaction. Oh, but now I feel like it's the perfect time to do it because of the LeBron and Bronny situation.
Okay.
And the premise was, you know, I was a young father, and my only goal being a young parent was not to be working at the mall the same time my son was working at the mall.
That's funny.
Like, real men, they pass down law firm jobs or, you know, whatever. I look past it down Chipotle. Yeah. So every time I've been jabbing this bit for 15 years. And
no, that's easy. You could just say it. You could literally start it with like, yo, NBA season just started. You know, people be hating on Bronny because he's not putting up numbers in summer league or whatever. But yo, you gotta really, if you a parent, any parent in here gotta realize like the fact that he playing with his son, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I was a young parent.
But see, you could do that when you in the NBA.
Right.
You in the NBA, you could stay long enough. You could play long enough. If you could stay healthy and play with your kid, that's fucking amazing. But make sure you got a job that you want to work with your kid on.
Right.
Because I was a young parent.
Yeah.
But I ain't had money like that.
Yeah.
So if my kid would have walked in Chipotle that day like, hey, Dad, I got hired. I'd have like, what the fuck? I think I can't be on rice and you on beans. Right. Like, that's the bit right there. That's the bit right there.
Yeah. But I felt like, this is a great time to get that bit out there now.
Nah, that's like, not even Chipotle. You could be like, I can't be in Foot Locker like, hey, yo, Bryce, 11. Right. I got it there like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
Can't do that. Yeah, so I was like, yo, I'm going to bring that bit back and like really bring it to life because I feel like the timing is perfect.
Sometimes you write that
That's
stuff.
fucking funny.
Yeah.
That sometimes you write those things down and like you haven't had life experience to really put what you need to behind that joke.
Yeah.
You know?
My mentor told me one time, sometimes you ahead of the curve. You got the bit, it's there. But sometimes you a little too, you ahead of it.
Yeah.
You got to slow it down a little bit and catch everything that the beats that you was missing. You ahead of the curve. The bit came, like he said, he was like, my mentor, he'd be like, did you write that? Yeah, I wrote it last night. Blah, blah, blah. Tell me the bit. Okay, this is this. All right, now what's the beats? Because that's when I started writing bullet points. Because he said, "What's the beats? What are you going to get to? I'm going to get to this. I'm going to get to this." Right. That's when I started writing bullet points because those are the beats I'm going to get to.
Okay.
And I was like, this. It's like, yeah, well, you already saying this. You can't get to the beats if you already said this thing.
Right.
Because that's past what you're trying to say. You got to slow it down. You ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? And get the beats out first before you hit that boom. I'm trying to get to the boom. When I was a young comic, I wanted the boom. I didn't want to. I wasn't comfortable with the sound.
You want to work up to it.
It was, I got to get to the, So I would just speed through a bit trying to get to the payoff. Nah, sit with that. Hit that beat. Hit that beat. Hit that beat. Let it build up. Let it, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh shit. Like, I see what he's saying.
Then there's those jokes that, like, everybody does a joke on this because it's life experience. You know,
you already got me smiling.
You know what I'm gonna say? It's like I was like,
you know what I'm gonna say?
I mean, I'm gonna tag what you used to say. It's like, look,
everybody got a joke about a black president. Mine's just the best. Everybody got a joke about the Alabama brawl. Mine's is just the best. Everybody got a joke about very many things. I try to. When I'm writing a bit,
you see,
here, you ready? This is a gym. This is the first gym you're gonna get tonight.
Pay attention. When
I'm writing a bit. And it's something pop culture or newsworthy that I know every comic is like, yo, who gonna get that first? I'm not trying to get it first. I know y'all all writing at the same time. My goal is write the best bit about this thing. Everybody had a black president joke when I was doing a black president joke. Mine's was the best. I could do mine's after you do yours and still get laughs. Mine's was the best. So I try to write the best bit. I'm not in competition with nobody.
Right.
I just like, okay, that came too easy. Somebody already said that probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This came too, that's too cliche. Somebody gonna say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crass. That's hack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what are we left with? Because everybody else got those bits. And then I watch them do theirs and it's black president be like, nigga, the fuck nigga. Okay, I'm not doing that.
Do-rags all over
Black
the
president
White
be
House.
like, have an AK-47. I wish a motherfucker would. Okay, not doing that.
Barbecues on the
So
front
now we go,
lawn.
what do we have left? Because we're not doing none of that superficial shit they doing.
So when something crazy happens in the news, is that one of your goals? Like, okay, I'm gonna try to write something about this.
I think a good comic should write something. I've written several jokes about this election run and Trump and Kamala, but I'm like, I just wrote it because I had to write today. I had to write today. So it's like I'll write stuff and not even use it.
Yeah,
I write bits and like I'll show you a notebook I got in the house with full
of stuff
that I never used. It don't fit. It ain't me.
Yeah.
But I had to write that day, so you know what I'm saying? I got a notebook in the house. I've said this before. I have a notebook in the house right now that is probably worth millions of dollars. Whenever I have writer's block, another gym number 2.
Okay.
Whenever I have writer's block, you know this.
Yeah.
To get out of writer's block, I write as if I'm somebody else.
Oh.
So I'll be in the house and I'm stuck. I just can't get the pen to move. And I'll go, okay, what if I was Eddie Murphy?
Ooh.
And I'll start writing. I wrote Eddie Murphy's next hour already.
That's fine.
I could give him the notebook tonight and next week he'll call me like, yo, I think I'm gonna get back on stage. I started writing. I told Arsenio, remember we was at the factory, I saw Arsenio. I said, yo man, listen, I'm not saying I wanna write for Eddie. I know that's your man. Bruh, I got a book in the house of material that I can never use because I had writer's block and I tried to write like I was Eddie Murphy. I got his whole special written out. Walk out on stage, what up? Yo, it's good to be back to stand-up. I haven't done stand-up in 20-something years, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
30.
I haven't done stand-up in, so I haven't done stand-up in 30 years. Ain't like I'm broke. Ain't like I need the money. But I was the biggest comic in the world 30 years ago. I was so big, and that's the first bit. And he just goes through everything. I was so big, I was the first black guy to do this. I had movies that did this. It just goes through everything, just like a chronological order of his career, right?
Yeah.
And thank God there was no social media when I was at the height. Because my best friend was Rick James. Could you imagine a live with me and Rick James? I'm going live like, yeah, I'm here in the studio with Rick James. And he burning a bitch with cigarettes and doing cocaine. And shit. Yo, we would have been in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Just all of that.
Yeah.
Then it's I was the biggest. My dating life, I fucked every actress. All that. It's all in the notebook. You know what I'm saying? Then I got married. I had kids. My kids don't even know me as being Axel Foley and Delirious and Raw. They know me as being a goddamn donkey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then all of that shit, how I transition. And then the last joke, I told Arsenio, and Arsenio was like, you was there. I told Arsenio, here's the whole bit, right? Here's the whole hour. I told him everything. I go, the last bit is I was so big, I was getting so much money and so much pussy, I could fuck anybody. I could get in my car and drive down the street and just meet a bitch and fuck her that night. So one night I jumped in my Rolls Royce and I'm driving down Santa Monica Boulevard. And I see this girl at the light and I'm like, damn, girl, what you doing out here at this time of night? And she was like crying. I'm like, get in the car. And tell the story about the chick.
Yeah.
And in with that shit. And Arsenio said, I will tell him everything else up until that point. You tell him that part.
You tell him that.
I was right there. I was there.
Yeah.
I was ready.
That would be the biggest night in stand-up history.
I told Arsenio, my only stipulation, when he tours to get ready for the special, because you got to go on tour,
You want to be
I want to be the opening act.
Mm.
That's it. I'll get for free. You got to pay me nothing. I just want to be opening act on the return to stand-up Eddie Murphy tour.
You heard it here, live in the green room. He's offering to work for free.
Free work. Tony Rock, live in the green room.
That's how I feel. I felt about Martin. I was like, yo, put me on. I was like, yo, I'll get there. This on me. Who's
that? You would work for free with Martin?
I will work for free for Martin for 1 or 2 shows. Who's
the comic? They say Joe Fox. You going for free?
Richard Pryor.
Alive. Okay.
But you didn't say that.
Alive.
If he was alive, okay, alive. Bill Cosby. Yeah. I would
The
do
return to stand up tour.
Yeah, I would do that.
Because you know he's coming back. You know he's going to do stand up again.
He's got to.
He's got
to.
all
this shit.
He's got to.
Yo,
He's got
I would
to.
absolutely love to be on that tour.
Man, if I got that call and I said, he's not going to have any money, it's fine.
Mine's, okay, so
the day, definitely on mine.
The day is going to come.
Everybody.
The day is going to come. I shouldn't even count this one because this one's going to happen. Me and Chrissy going to go on tour one day. So that's number one. Me and Chrissy are going on tour one day. The Most High already told me to relax. He said, bruh, son, I got you. It's coming.
He's a
I know it's coming. So I'm not going to count that as number one. But that's...
Yeah, it's up there.
Eddie Cosby.
Man.
Mine would be Martin, Eddie. Martin, Eddie.
Stay up there.
You know, it's just that I was just, I mean, I just want to do it with somebody that's just, who haven't like either done it in a long time. I would want to maybe go on with a white comedian.
Like who?
Too.
You gotta say, just say, we talking comics. We're not talking about white or black. We talking about comedy.
Yeah.
Don't put them in categories.
Eddie Murphy, Bill Cosby, a white man.
Yeah, a white comic. Like comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta think of the third man, but definitely Eddie and Martin.
To be like, who were those guys? Like, who did get to tour with like Eddie Murphy back then?
I think
TK,
I
right?
think Keenan was Eddie's opening act, right?
Keenan. Okay, I think I do remember.
Keenan was Eddie's opening act, right?
Yeah.
We see.
Didn't TK Kirkland go on the road with Eddie when he stole the watch?
He was on tour.
I don't know about that.
I heard the story. I thought he might have been hanging out.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But it ain't. But see, going on the road with them back
Who's
then.
Bill Cosby's opening act? That's a good ass fucking question.
He might have even had one.
Louis Dix.
Louis Dix, really?
Louis Dix worked with Mr. Cosby.
Oh shit! He said Mr. Cosby. He's Mr. Cosby.
Super respect.
He was like, "Why Bill Cosby?" He said, "Bill Cosby will have you there for 3 hours, and it's gone. What? It's over already." You can believe whatever you want to believe. Mr.
Fox don't believe that.
No, I didn't say that. I see. Don't get me started on that. Bill Cosby was in a situation, and because of who he is and what he did, he had to answer for that in front of everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. But Bill Cosby will have you in there for 3 hours, and
have you in where?
In the audience.
He does mad. Yeah,
he'll have you there for 3 hours, and then when it's over, he's like, "It's over."
You want to hear something crazy?
You've been here for 3 hours.
You want to hear something crazy? Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's like you. Yeah.
My brother went to see Bill Cosby one night at, I believe, Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Right. He came to the Comedy Cellar afterwards.
Bill Cosby came to the
Bill Cosby was at Carnegie
and then
Hall.
your brother came.
My brother went to see Bill Cosby. He came to the my brother came to the Comedy Cellar afterwards. I was somewhere running around the city doing shit. I pull up at the Comedy Cellar. They're like, "Yo, your brother just walked in." So I go in. Like, "Yo, what up?" "Yo, I just saw Bill Cosby tonight at Carnegie Hall. How was it?" "He did 3 hours." I said, "Oh, that's what's up." He said, "Yo, I watched that motherfucker for 3 hours. I felt like a fucking fraud."
Damn.
Now, how many times have I told you I watched Dave? Oh, that's another one, Dave.
Dave.
Yeah. That was gonna be on my list.
Chrissy is, of course. Dave Eddie Cosby. He said, "Yo, I felt like a fucking fraud."
God dang.
You know, I watch Dave sometimes, and I'm like, I gotta throw all my shit away. I watch Dave. Dave's my guy. Dave's my idol. Dave's my comedy idol. Dave's my idol. My brother's my hero. Two different things. I watch Dave and I'm like, I'm throwing every joke I ever wrote out the fucking window.
What is it about Dave that makes you feel like what is it the way his style of writing, the way he put certain things together, the way how he did the closer in the beginning and then came back to it? Like what is it? That's
a good question. That's a fucking great question. It's the rhythm of the jokes.
Okay.
It's the intelligence and just the articulation. You know, have you ever hear somebody talk and you could just tell they smart? You ever have a conversation with somebody and you go,
yeah.
You can be talking about bullshit. You can be talking about rap music or whatever, sandwiches, and they go, that motherfucker's
smart, yeah.
That's, I'm like, man, this dude.
Yeah.
Impressively smart. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
The passion behind.
The passion. And then the storytelling, but the funny in the storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, my first love of stand-up was watching my uncles at our cookouts telling stories about my father when he was a kid. Facts. And I'm just like, yo, I was just shocked that they could stand there by themselves and tell a story and have everyone engaged. I didn't even know what it was. But to see one person stand there and everybody like this, I was just looking around like, yo, how the fuck is he doing that? Like, I didn't know what that was called, but I was like, yo, that's so cool to be able to do that. So that was my first seed of like, I want to be on stage and
I want to do that.
I want to be an orator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Speak.
Then when I listened to that Cosby album and listened to Pryor and listened to George Carlin, I was like, oh, they doing the same thing Uncle so-and-so was doing. Then when I saw stand-up for the first time, that shit was like orgasmic almost. Like like my eyes were witnessing something they had never seen before.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even put it into I couldn't even define it for you if you wasn't there to see it with me. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
He's like, that's it.
And since that day, it's been like, yo, that's the thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going back on Cosby, he was one of those guys that the storytelling and just
amazing. Yeah.
And you were talking earlier about being comfortable in the silence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he would, not to say he was just silent for 5 minutes, but he had these, it's like a picturesque word show, and he kept you there engaged the whole
His silence
time.
was almost this. It was like,
yeah, he's reeling you in, and he says something so, his punchlines can be something so simple that you didn't even see coming.
Ain't that some shit? To hear somebody else's punchline and you, this is the greatest compliment that any comic can give any comic.
Yeah,
you hear the punchline and you go, I'm so mad I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was right there. It's like
there. How the fuck did I not get that?
I said, how did I not see that?
How did I not get
you think about Cosby too, man, because a lot of people, like, even with my introduction to like for real stand-up comedy, is like really, really paying attention to it, as far as like, oh shit, it was probably, the birth of like Martin and Def Jam and all that, where you really started paying attention to comedy. And then you go back as an adult, and then you go back to like the essence of like with the Cosby, and can see him sit there and be like, yo, oh, this is different than what,
you know what it's like?
Than what I was seeing.
You know what it's like? It's like growing up in the inner city, right? And you could do graffiti, you could tag.
Yeah.
You got the God-given ability to tag. And it is art.
Yeah.
It is art. It is absolutely.
But then you go see Michelangelo.
And then you go, and somebody goes, if you like that, you might like this.
Yeah.
And they take you to the MoMA.
Yeah.
And you like,
oh shit.
I was doing something,
but
I wasn't doing that.
And then even when you look at the Cosby Show now, because growing up, you would look at the Cosby Show and you would laugh at certain parts that you understood. But if I was to watch an episode of the Cosby Show now and just see certain things he does, like, I get every point of the humor. Like, yo, this shit is funny, man. Like,
was really scary, not scary, but was really, wow, I understand why they got the job. Why they are where they are. Like, an example, Bill Cosby's one of them. Like, when you see his old, Ed Sullivan appearances, or whoever was the talk show guy back then, Jack Parr, Johnny Carson, all of them, and then you see
Ed Sullivan,
Sullivan, and you see Richard Pryor on those shows, and he was doing that back then, and then you see someone like Arsenio or Keenan Ivory Wayans, and you see Damon too, but those two guys specifically, you see their sets back there on those Tonight shows, and you're like, okay, I understand why you got the job.
Or Jay Leno.
Yeah, Jay Leno. It's like
George Lopez. George Lopez did. I think George Lopez did Carson more than anybody. I think
was it Carson?
What did he do?
I'm not sure what Lopez did.
He's probably close. I thought it was like Jerry Seinfeld that did Carson.
No, I know. Okay, so maybe it might not be Carson, but George Lopez has the record for doing one of those late night shows the most.
Letterman or something like that.
Maybe. The most, not Letterman. No.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like these were true comedians,
and that's why I write every day. I'm not saying I'm not old school, but I was taught under those guys because my brother, these were the guys he loved. So when he was teaching me like, you know what I'm saying? If you teach somebody, if you got a 20-year-old little brother and you teaching him about hip hop, you teaching him about the shit you grew up on.
Right.
So they're gonna be so forward in their scope of what hip hop is.
They're building on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah, because they looking at it from your point of view. So, you know, I was taught, yo, you got to check this guy out. Who's this guy? George Carlin. Oh, okay, bet. Yo, you got to check this because my older brother was putting me on
There's another one.
Yeah,
another one.
So the people that came in his era were like, you know, they weren't household names at the time. Whereas the young boy was looking at them as the OGs. Right. So I kind of skipped a generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I appreciate everybody because I know tomorrow you could be that guy. You could be.
Who do you think like Dave Chappelle is looking up to in that sense where he's like?
He said when he accepted the Mark Twain Award that it was Tony Woods. Tony Woods was Tony Woods. You ever see Tony Woods?
I don't know.
The beast.
Out of here.
He's from DC.
Tony Woods.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Yeah, bro.
Some people they know how to do it better than anybody else, and sometimes they're an unsung hero. And when somebody like Dave Chappelle says Tony Wood like points him out like that, I thought that was real classy.
He also was a big Joe Recca fan.
Joe Recca?
Yeah, Joe Recca passed away, but he was a big DC legend, and Chappelle always talk about Recca.
Everybody got those. Everybody got those guys. Like I remember New York when I was started out in the comic strip. John Bush and Buddy Bolton. These motherfuckers was phenomenal. And I was like, yo, I was like a week in, 2 weeks in, watching them on stage, like, yo, how do you get that funny? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get to that point? And now looking back at it, they was like, nigga, we was doing the 10 o'clock show in New York at a comedy club. We wasn't on TV at all. We was So they wasn't really too far ahead of me. No. But for me, it was like, yo, this dude is the funniest cat I've ever seen.
It's funny when you think, I thought about that about T-Rex when I first was like brand new in the game. I was like, yo, this nigga is a lot. Like,
and then you know what's the weird thing? Here's the weird shit. And we're not gonna say who the comic is, but you go home and you see some cats that you thought was that dude, and they still right there.
Yeah.
They still right there.
Or they barely doing it anymore.
Yeah, they still right there. They still like, yo, hold up. He's still.
I know plenty of people like that. I'm like,
I like it when they're still doing it. Though.
Yeah, like
I like
I'm
when
so
they're
glad I
still
came out
doing
here.
it. Like when you see somebody that you hadn't seen in a while. Like, I'm just gonna give this as an example. Yeah. Like I've never seen. I saw Andrew Dice Clay, like when he was on Arsenio Hall's show when he was young, and he got banned and all that stuff. And then there was like a period of time where I didn't see him at all. It's like he gone. Fast forward to the Comedy Store, he did Tripping on Tuesdays. Say, hey, can I do some time? You know, I've never seen. I didn't know what I was gonna see. That dude, for 10 minutes, just destroyed the crowd with not that hickory dickory dock shit, but just him doing just life experience bit. And it's like, damn.
But just imagine how much he's seen in his life to write about since that hickory dickory dock shit.
Right.
And he has the ability to do it.
Yeah.
I could do it. It's like a rapper. Like rappers don't get bad.
Right.
They just they can do that shit like this.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Big Daddy King can walk in here right now and spit 16. Nigga, I've been doing this for 30, 40 years.
And it was all right there.
It's just we stopped paying attention.
Yeah,
right.
we didn't see it. It's like he still had, it was like bad. Classic comedy.
I'm sure we ain't see Louis C.K. in a minute.
Right.
Louis C.K. walking here right now and fucking light this whole room up.
Yeah, nigga, George Wallace.
I just saw George Wallace.
He was at
he
ain't stopped.
He did a DL. I did DL show last Wednesday. He did it.
Who do you like?
I love Louis C.K. I love Patrice O'Neal.
One of the best in my top 5.
Great.
Rest in peace.
My top 5. Rest in peace, yes.
I like, and I don't. This might be. I really think Hannibal Buress is so good to me. Like,
why'd you have to defend it? This is what you say. That's what you think.
Because he
because I was
No, what you think don't
other
matter.
people
Don't matter. To
always
us.
agree,
Yeah,
especially
nah, it's okay.
Yeah, like people don't agree. Yeah.
yeah. But I think he's great. I like.
What do you like about his style?
I think it's original. Like, I don't know anyone who could like tell his jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like that freedom he has with the writing. He stopped now. I don't think he's doing comedy anymore.
Because he then
He started
That's
rapping.
a good way to look at it. Like, I don't know who could tell his jokes. That's a good one. That's a good way to look at it.
I aspire to be like that, original, have my own thing. And Nate Bargatze right now?
Yo.
you was talking about him.
I told you,
that dude's crazy.
Yo, I fuck with Nate Bargatze.
My stuff is clean, my comedy, and I respect seeing
Nate
him
funny.
kill and like making me die laugh. I'm like, oh, this is super possible.
I want to be a student of the game. One time a comic, I'm not gonna say the nigga name because we way more famous than that nigga is right now. Tried to disrespect me one night at a comedy club.
Oh yeah.
I know you're talking about.
This nigga, he a student of the game. He tried to say that was disrespectful. He tried to sum me, but it's like, nigga, a student of the game.
What would you do?
It's an
You ready to
accolade.
beat his
It's an
ass?
accolade. I wanted to fuck him up. But I was like, yo, that's an accolade. So I was punching
to punch him in the face.
What was I going to say? I lost my train of
Nate
thought.
Bargatze, we were talking about.
Yeah, Nate Bargatze.
Nate Bargatze is before I get with that in mind. So whenever I I'm on the road every weekend. We on the road every weekend. I always take my tablet. I download a special. Anybody's special. Anybody. Go on my Netflix or my Hulu or whatever.
Yep.
Good comedy. So and so special. Download. Get on the plane. As soon as we get a cruising altitude.
Same.
Excuse me. As soon as we get cruising altitude, okay, let's check so-and-so out. Give them 10 minutes. I give everybody 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
Because if it's 60 minutes, I'm going to give you 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't it. Delete. Next, that ain't it. Delete.
Yeah.
One night, I'm like, okay, got to get on a plane tomorrow. Nate Bargatze. All right, boom, download. Get on the plane. Yo! Oh, shit! The lady next to me, like, young man, you look like you're enjoying yourself. Who is that? I'm like, this is Nate Bargatze. Like, yo, I can't wait to meet him.
It's great.
I can't wait to meet him because I'm sure he don't know like I fuck with him like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he might even know. I'm sure he knows who I am, but he's not gonna know I fuck with him like that.
He's so good, and I heard him
very.
I heard him talk about in a podcast once where he was saying every time I have to like. A special comes out and I got to start, working on something else. He's like, I have no idea how I did the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like, what's that balance between, I put in the work, it becomes easier, of course, to start writing stuff. But how much of it can you control when it comes to being funny? If someone just puts a notepad in front of you with nothing on it, can you control right now, this will be funny? Or is it like...
By the time you get to the point in your career where you're doing a special,
right?
Yeah, you know this muscle has been exercised over and over again. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
So it is a tedious task to start from scratch, but you have been conditioned to be able to do this.
You're not gonna put no bullshit.
Yo, I did the special. I shot the special, and we went out like we shot the special, and went out like 2 weeks after that shit. And I felt like, damn, I just take the special. I shouldn't be doing these jokes. But I'm like, well, nobody saw him.
Nobody saw him.
Special ain't out yet. So I was like, kind of like, But in my head, it was a fucking
battle.
Yeah.
A tug of war going on. Like, yo, you just shot a special. I know, but nobody saw the jokes. I can still do them, but.
Right. Taking time bomb until it comes out.
So I would try to do new shit in between. Yeah. Oh, it was like, that's why I get it. I get it. My brother, Dave.
Got to start from scratch.
Probably several other comedians, but these are the two that I'm closely associated with. They do this. They do the tour.
Yeah.
Then shoot the special the last night of the tour, and then go on vacation.
Yep.
Because you can't go back out the next week. You just shot.
Yeah. You just had special.
And then they start writing.
And they take. My brother might take a year and a half.
Yeah.
The next day he starts writing again.
But not everyone does that.
Right. Because it's a luxury to be able to do that.
Well, right. Now it's a luxury to be able to do that, and also, do you have to do that? Like, what if you go back out the next, say the special doesn't come out, you tape the special, right? It's not out yet. that's when you start working new jokes into the longer set.
You get casual with it. So you're like, if I got something, I'll go up tonight. If I don't,
right.
And then when you start ramping it up, like, okay.
And they have like, Kevin Hart will have a tour or something coming out and be like new jokes. And it's like, okay, letting you know this is my new stuff I'm working on. Yeah.
But he promotes it because he wants the audience to come out.
Right.
Because he wants to hear the response from him trying to do stuff.
Exactly. So you can do it that way too, is what I'm saying. And like Jerry Seinfeld, he'll do the same jokes from 40 years ago. And then some new. He's got new stuff, but he'll still he has no fear of doing a joke that's in a special.
George Wallace said that he'll remind you. See how funny that was? Joke's 40 years old.
Shout out to George Wallace. I got a flight to catch, y'all.
I can't wait to have a joke 40 years old.
I'm about to fly out to Vegas for a night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, might as well just close it out.
No, we gonna keep it going. We just keep it going. Fuck it.
Because I got a spot too. But go ahead.
Where you spot at?
I'm doing the trap mic. I'm doing the trap mic.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you gotta go too.
Not right now, but I do have to go.
Wait, go ahead. Well, tell me what you're doing. Where you at? Where you working on?
This week, Laugh Factory, San Diego. Yeah. I just did a cancer event yesterday. No, Sunday. Shout out to Pink House. It was a dope event. And Laugh Factory this weekend. And you already know. So
now,
shout out Trey.
We keep going a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Is the Herm still out there?
Yeah.
I saw the Herm out there.
Yeah, I think he is.
The Herm,
you out there?
All right, bro. Be safe.
All right, boy.
I get him.
Pete.
Yeah, he here. You want him to sit?
Yeah, let him sit in.
Come on, sit in.
Let's go.
We keep it going. We keep it going for a little bit.
Let's go.
Yeah,
we keep it going for a little bit.
The Herm is dressed just like you.
Just like who? Just like who? Yeah, he should have dressed better too. Have a seat, my brother.
Well, I mean, you color coordinated.
My stains. Hold on.
The Herm in the building.
Pull the mic towards you.
I heard you doing big
What's
things.
up? The Herm doing big things.
So wait. Let's introduce you first, bro. They don't know you. We know you. So if you are familiar with the comedy scene in Los Angeles, California, at the Comedy Store, they have the what's it called? Roast battle. And this gentleman has won the roast battle. Am I
Yes, sir.
Am I lying? Okay, he's won the roast battle several weeks in a row, right?
Yes, sir.
From
the Comedy Store.
Where you from?
Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee.
From Nashville, Tennessee.
What's
your you go by DeHerm.
DeHerm.
What's your full name?
So it's DeHerm. My middle name too?
No, just your
my last name is Black.
Like I pulled you over.
I don't like to go by my last name.
What's your comedy name?
Once it's DeHerm. So
what's your name?
It's DeHerm Black.
DeHerm Black. Okay.
DeHerm Black.
So people like to once they hear my whole name, they start
it sounds like you're
that.
describing yourself. DeHerm Black.
Yeah. How has winning roast battle multiple weeks changed your trajectory in Los Angeles?
Well, actually, I've been doing roast battle like crazy. I've been having like 5 battles a week. Like one time I had 10 battles a week.
Everyone is at the Comedy Store?
Nah, it's been around town.
Traveling roast battle. Okay.
Just doing roast battles. I did one with Craig Smith.
Yeah,
and,
shout out to Craig Smith.
Yeah, I won his roast battle on Saturday. It was his first one. It was packed. It was great. Ice House. I got a trophy for it.
Nice,
that was pretty great. I have my roast battle record for the Comedy Store one is 9-4-2. So it's people like my roast, so it opened up for like other roasts. I do like 3 on this show. I do like 5 on this show. I do like 6. So it's been cool.
Right.
You know.
So who have you been roasting? Like any other people? Like who your conquest? Like who did you win over? Like that a comedian, obviously. Like who is that?
Well, it just be random. I don't be knowing none of these people.
You don't know them? Okay.
They be like, hey, come on, hop on.
Wait, is that normally how it happens? They just set 2 guys up? I thought it was like you knew before.
Well, at first it does.
Okay.
And then when people start calling you out and they challenge you and say, hey, I think this person can beat you. So they'll put you with somebody.
So you got to battle a person, you have no idea who they are. And you still win.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I'm off the top. I like to roast off the top. I prefer it. I think it's like freestyle. I feel like if you freestyle, you have to
Stop hitting the mic, yo.
I'm sorry. If you freestyle, I feel like you have to do it on spot. Right. And people like to roast and learn about you first. I don't never give them information. I just say, hey, you do it off the top, I'll do it off the top. Or
okay, so stand-up
that's like a rule.
Your stand-up style is the same? You freestyle, you don't write?
I freestyle maybe 8-10% of my set. All right, but the rest is just written.
Oh, you do
it's similar to, I feel like, you in a way, right? Where
me?
Yeah, similar to you in the sense where you have like bullet points and stuff, things you want to hit, but you like can freestyle in between them.
Same way, same way.
Yeah,
like same way. That's why I admire like your stand up because you.
Oh, thank you, bro.
You like you somebody will say something, and you have something super like well thought out, but it's not thought out. You're like, oh, that was clever. It's like the same way. Yeah. So same way. So I just like to freestyle.
When's your next battle? Or when is your next spot?
My next spot I'll be at the Miracle Theater Saturday.
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
Okay. What's going on there?
I know Barbershop Comedy is doing something with the Miracle Theater, and it's another group of people doing it with Barbershop Comedy, and they will come together and do something. It's some Halloween show thing.
Oh, okay.
And they put me on it. It's and then after that is Monday Rays, which is also a roast show. They put in a roast proportion on the Monday Rays show.
Oh, they added it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. It must be going good if they added it to the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool.
By the way, I hate comedy Halloween week. I hate doing stand-up Halloween week. I hate to be on stage.
Where your favorite
costumes in the club? I got jokes for it. Of course, I got material for it, but I don't like when people come to the comedy club in a costume because it's like, yo, you trying to get the attention over the comedy. I don't like that.
Yeah, the whole show is in the damn
you got
audience.
your titties out and you got a fucking cat suit on in the front row. It's like, shorty, you trying to upstage the comedian. Don't do that.
Yeah, I ain't got no candy
I understand
for
it's
you.
Halloween week. Y'all gonna do it. But I don't like comedy during Halloween week. That's the one week I'm kind of like, I'm kind of cool on this.
Really? Yeah.
I got a show next week.
Makes sense.
Hollywood Park Theater, Hollywood Park Casino.
Yeah. That's Robbie Perron.
Robbie Perron, yeah. And on the flyer, he puts costumes welcome. I'm like, nigga, why the fuck? It ain't Halloween.
That's actually a dope show. I did that show.
It ain't Halloween though. Why on a Tuesday costumes welcome? Halloween ain't till that Friday. Like,
okay.
That's a comedy show.
LA Halloween is a month.
Halloween costume show should be on October 31st.
Oh yeah, you a cat. I get it. You a fucking sexy bartender. I get it.
You pre-wear your Halloween.
Let me tell these jokes. Let the jokes be the star of the show. Always let the jokes be the star of the show.
True. Well, the comedians.
How long you been doing stand-up, bro?
14 years.
Where'd you start? Wait. So just backstory. I met the Herm at the Laugh Factory because after the podcast, I usually go straight to the Laugh Factory. Whether I'm performing or not, I just hang out there. And there's a bunch of comics upstairs hanging out, having a good time. So I just sit up there with the comics and like to, see who's who and who's new and who's going up. And we have like a little powwow of comics. And he would always have some interesting points that we would incredibly disagree with from A to Z. But then I was like, yo, who is homie? Because he always kind of backs his points up, vehemently, even though he's wrong. Then he would tell me about shows he was doing around. So what's your backstory, bro? When you started, where you got up on, give me your origin story.
I started in Tennessee and...
No, go before that. You saw what said...
Oh, okay. So...
Born and raised in
Nashville, Tennessee. And
shout out Nashville,
I started... I went throughout school. All the teachers would tell me, "Oh, you funny," because I was roasting in school, so I used to always roast the teachers and get in trouble. Of course, the class clown story, things like that. But the teachers would be like, "Hey, I know somebody who's a comedian. You can do some shows in Memphis and stuff like that." And people always say, "Hey, you should do your mama show and stuff like that." Shows we seen on TV. So when I graduated, my mom shot me an open mic as soon as I graduated. And as soon as I graduated, I did the open mic. I was terrible. I started doing some more, and I became good. So then I started traveling like pretty
terrible,
early.
like you didn't have any written material, or your
I
wasn't good either.
Yeah, you're right. So I didn't.
I'm right about what? You didn't write.
I was snap.
You thought I could just be funny.
Yeah, off the top.
Right.
Yeah, and I didn't write nothing, and I was just going up there. I'm like. But I used to talk super low. Like right now, I talk loud right now, just naturally. But like at first, I used to talk super, super, super quick, super low, and I was just wasn't being able to be heard, and it was just terrible.
Just performance and like the way you perform.
Yeah, I couldn't be heard. It was off the top, but it wasn't sharp enough because I was doing jokes. But I was good at roasting, but I wasn't good at jokes off the top, and it was just terrible. Started writing because I like challenges. I'm competitive, and then I started getting a little bit good. Started getting booked. Instantly started getting booked.
Around Nashville.
Around the Ville, yeah. And then I started doing like Chattanooga, Memphis, started doing the small cities because they liked the big city type of, they would book you. They were like, hey, you from a bigger city than us, so you must be good. So I started getting booked pretty quickly. I moved to New York. I moved to Brooklyn, and I started doing comedy there. I started getting pretty sharp because so many mics, and then I started doing that.
I've said this every episode. Go ahead.
Came back to the Nashville. We did some world's records. We had a few of them where it's like 10-day shows straight, so that kept me sharp. Things like that. Street performance in New York. Go back to New York, do some street performances. Start doing street performance in Atlanta.
Start doing where, like
Manhattan, just speaker, PA, loud, and just on the train, get on the train, start, hey, yo. So that got me sharper with like jokes.
Union Square?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm on the train and
West
on the...
Fourth?
Outside the terminal and on inside.
Okay.
It was great. So I'm just telling jokes, and it got me sharper with actually creating a joke. So that took me to another level.
Hat on the ground, they throwing change in it?
Yeah, sometimes, yes, hat. Sometimes whatever I can find, because sometimes I be unprepared, but I'm like, I need some money. And I just find a trash cup and I just throw it. So that made me sharp. Then I start, the competition made me sharp. Moved to New York made me sharp. Doing street performance made me sharp. Michael Collier inspired me to do street performance. And Chris Tucker really inspired me to do comedy, period. Dave Chappelle inspired me to go take it to another level. So by the time I started doing the street performance and after the Guinness World Record that we broke a few of them. I opened me a comedy club, and then that helped me because I was doing a lot of time.
You opened the comedy club?
Yeah, I opened a comedy club in Nashville. So I moved back. So I moved a few places though, but I moved back, opened up a comedy club, and that helped me with just a lot. I was doing a lot of time. Like I would do open mic, I would do like 30 up top. You know what I'm saying? I'll do 20 up top.
You were hosting? Or you
I host.
Okay, yeah.
So if it's not that many people, I would start early and then start doing like 30. But if it was like got more popular, I started doing like 10 up top, things like that. Always on every show, I was doing like, just,
you said something about world records too?
Yeah, we broke a Guinness World Record of the longest show. So you couldn't be off the stage more than, they had to always have a comic on the stage. If you can't take more than a 5-minute break or the record don't count.
Right.
So I think it was 3 or 5 minutes. And they would just put me back on because there'd be times we'd be in there like at 4:00 a.m. and 3:00 a.m., 6:00 a.m.
What was that, Nashville?
Yeah. So I ain't had a job.
Zanies?
So no. This was at a place called the East Room.
Okay.
So they believed in they had some good sponsors for trying to do that Guinness World Record. So they were like, the only person who's up at this time is the Herm. So I was going there and, doing those terrible times that nobody wanted to do. Neighbor Gassy was on it. Ralphie May was on it. Hannibal Boris was on it. Just Eric Andre. It was a great world record. That's where I met all these people. It was I started working, started doing shows for these people. So I did the comedy club. That inspired me to venture out to LA. And
what year was that?
I stopped the club in 2022, and I moved out here in 2022, the end of the year. Okay, so it's been a year. It's been 2 years. Last month. Okay. So yeah. So I was getting too old. I was about to turn 30. I was like, man, I don't want to feel like
You said, I'm turning 30.
Too
old.
Yeah.
Too old for what?
I don't want to feel like I waited too. I want to do it. I don't want to be like, oh man, I had kids and right. I should have moved earlier and all that. So I'm like, hey, let me do it now.
How's LA treating you?
the last few months, I've been having a lot of shows.
Been killing. You just did Monday Rays yesterday, right?
Yeah, I did Monday Rays yesterday. I got booked for Monday Rays 2 weeks in a row.
Yes, sir.
I got booked at the Improv 2 days in 1 week. I got booked off. I hosted it and then got booked off of the host because they liked me, and I got booked from the other Improv. Just people in the audience booking me. I got booked on some more shows. I got double booked. I had to.
You got double booked.
You know, I had to. Normally, I don't. I had to cancel one show because another show was outbidded the other one. You know, just You know, I'm like, oh, that's. You know, I typically don't. You know, every it's a blessing. You know, it's a blessing. You know, so
that's good.
Yeah, so
Tell
it's been a blessing.
What you got coming up?
So you can find me on all social medias at Comedian DeHerm. That's ComedianDaherm. No underscores, no dots, no none of that. Just 2 words, Comedian DeHerm, on all social media. You can find me at the Miracle Theater Saturday at 9. Monday Rays at 9.
Say the date.
Okay, Saturday.
October 26th.
The 26th.
There it is.
And Monday.
Calendar.
26, 27, 28, 29th, you know, at 9 o'clock at Monday Rays, the Hollywood Improv. I will be roasting. Wednesday at the 30 days in.
Just say
the following
on
Wednesday.
Halloween.
The Ice House, the D.L. Hughley show. I'll be on that one Wednesday.
No,
and
the love show.
Oh yeah, of course.
You see what happened?
No, he showed us a note.
Oh yeah. So after the DL, that's it.
All right, cool.
Nice.
Cool.
All right.
Intern, what you got coming up? Tell them where to follow you, where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Trent with 3 T's at the end, TRENTTT. Check me out on Hulu. I just had an episode of 911 come out with Angela Bassett. Yeah. Thank you. Season 8, episode 4. Check me out. And
God damn, they're on 8 seasons?
Yeah, they're on
I'd
8
be set for
seasons.
life, nigga. Let me get a sitcom to go 8 years.
Hour-long episodes. You
I'd be
good
set for
too.
life.
And yeah, I just did a show. You about to be in San Diego Laugh Factory. I just did that this past weekend.
Congrats.
And you can catch me. I don't have a show coming up like soon. They just be popping up. I'll probably be at the Improv doing one of Mark Hayes' shows. Look that up. I'll be on there.
Yeah.
Joe Feezy.
Yeah.
Joe Feezy. You can see it right there. Joe Feezy, JoeFeezie. You can see it right there. No shows this week except for the Trap Mic that I'm about to go to in a few minutes. Y'all been to the Trap Mic?
I haven't.
Yeah,
I heard about it. I haven't.
You should go there. It's a good mic and it's nice. You know, do some
You hosting?
time. Not hosting,
Okay.
but I'm doing some time at it. Let's see. Oh, coming up is my birthday weekend.
And what's going on your birthday weekend, Joe Fox?
I have shows on the 8th.
What else is going on that weekend, Joe Fox?
I have my birthdays on the 11th.
And what else is going on that weekend?
And on the 12th is the
Date Joe Fox episode.
It's here.
I will take it from here.
It's
Ladies out there, if you would like to go on a dinner date with Joe Fox, paid for by me, so you know it's going to be a nice restaurant, contact Trey Elliot, contact Live from the Green Room, contact myself. Let us know. I'm interested in going on a dinner date with Joe Fox.
It's my birthday
We will
weekend.
invite you to the show. Trey and I will give you the 3rd degree. We got mad questions to ask you to see if you're worthy to go on a date with our Joe Fox.
And you can ask me whatever you want, but
He will decide. He is the deciding factor on who he decides to go out with.
I really have one question.
What's the question?
No, I'll ask. I'll save it for
Okay.
them. And
So
I might have a
contact
surprise.
the show. Let us know. I'm interested in going on a dinner date with Joe Fox. It don't got to be nothing more than that, or it could be much more than that. It's up to you and Joe Fox. I got nothing to do with it, baby. I'm just gonna put y'all in the room. Whatever happened.
And I might have a surprise. So don't be surprised if you're surprised. And you know who I talked to?
Who?
Skinny Key
Skinny Key coming to town?
might be coming here.
Joe Fox's best friend will. What does that say?
He said,
Will he actually choose someone?
And
He's gonna choose somebody.
Since Joe Fox has volunteered to do the Date Joe Fox episode on his birthday,
November the 12th.
November 12th, the season finale of Live from the Green Room will be the Date Tony Rock episode.
Yes.
If you are young ladies that is interested in going on a dinner date with yours truly, contact Joe Fox, contact Trey Elliot, contact the show. I'm going to stay out of it. I'm going to give them complete autonomy. Let them decide who they think based on how they know me, what they know about me, who I would potentially be interested in going on a dinner date with. And one of you might get flued out.
Flued out.
Get flued out.
Right,
One of you.
Now don't catch a RICO charge.
I can't. Based on this Diddy situation, I don't know if I legally can fly you out. I don't know legally if I can fly you out. We got to check the law-abiding parameters. But one of you might get flued out. The Date Tony Rock episode is the season finale, season 1 of Live from the Green Room. You can follow me here. You can follow me here. You can follow me here. You can order your Captain Kirk's Jamaican Rum Punch right here. This was an amazing episode. Intern, thanks for sitting in with us. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
His name is Trent, but I call him Intern. Trent
Trent
you, man.
Mason, thank you.
Trent Mason, appreciate you, brother. I told him you sitting in today. He said, "Holy shit!"
I didn't. He was Mom, I did not say that.
He said,
"What? Mom, I didn't say that."
Yeah, that is what I said.
Holy schnitzel, Mom!
Holy crap! What the heck?
Appreciate you, homie.
I appreciate it.
I got to sit in Batman.
Let me tell you something. I consider myself the hardest working comedian in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. I see this motherfucker out every night. Every night. I'm leaving the spot he walking in. I'm walking in, he leaving. I'm pulling up, he leaving. I'm like, this okay, he outside. He doing the right thing.
Appreciate
doing the right thing, bro.
Yes, sir,
I see you a lot.
Appreciate
I see you, correct.
Yes, sir, a lot.
I see this dude out a lot. On off nights, I'm like, let me just pull up and tell this little 2 bits I wrote yesterday. And he right there like, what up? I'm like, oh shit. So you doing the right thing, bro.
Appreciate that, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Live from the Green Room, episode
This is episode
45.
Shout out to all the subscribers.
This is the extended episode. We went long tonight. Yes. Shout out to everybody subscribing. Shout out everybody watching.
Be there on the 12th.
Shout out everybody telling their friends to tell their friends to subscribe.
Yes.
That's it.
Be there on the 12th. Live show.
Dad, I love you very much. Peace.